Sing this. This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you, Lord, I worship you, and you alone. All that is within me, did I give you praise, oh Lord? All that I adore is in you. Everybody sing, Lord, we give you our lives. Lord, I give you my heart, give you my soul. Take control. I live for you. We pray. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Oh Lord, Lord, have your way. Just have your way. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. We offer up ourselves as living sacrifice. I live for you, Lord. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Just have your way, Lord, have your way. I give you my heart, I give you my soul, give you my mind. Lord, won't you take control? Lord, have your way.
98.3 FM.
Lord, have your way. Everybody sing, come on. Lord, I give you my heart, give you my heart, give you my soul, give you my soul. I live for you, every breath, every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Have your way, Lord, have your way. Lord, I give you my heart, my soul. Lord, I give you my mind. Won't you take it all? My soul, I'm just only yours. I live for you. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm away. Oh, love you, Jesus. Lord, have your, just have your way. I'll obey. Have your way in me. It's our prayer, Lord. All of us, we're yours. Just have your way.
Welcome to Tuesday.
You sing that prayer. Lord, I
Welcome to Tuesday morning.
give my soul, Lord, yeah. I live for you alone. I live for you alone. Every breath, every moment I'm awake. Every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, have your way. Lord, I give you my heart. Lord, I give you my soul. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. I live for you. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Every moment I'm awake. Just have your way. Lord, have your, Lord, have your way. Lord, have your, I'll obey. I'll obey. Lord, have your way in me. Thank you, Jesus. Windy Bay.
98.3 FM.
Windy Bay.
98.3 FM.
Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday morning.
A grateful heart, give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. We give thanks. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks
Batuka, Batuka, Batuka.
Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. We give thanks.
98.3 FM. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning on your radio. The 20th day of the month of April 2021. To God be the glory. Welcome to another edition of the Windy Morning Express on your radio between now to the top of the hour. 10. It's my pleasure to welcome you all. We'll bring you weather updates right after that. We're going to the major stories making land this morning from the dailies. Shotbeggars invade Accra, exchange safety for arms. Don't share New Year school recommendations. Expect air duty bearers. And beautification of Medina Zongo Junction begins. 9 suspected jailbreakers arrested in Ada. That's from Nigeria. We saw the story. We had a story yesterday. It means that the warning that the immigration gave it to all of us is coming through. Who knows whether some of them have even found their way into the country already. Police impound 1,049 motorbikes in Accra and fire gets 40 shops at Central Market. It's becoming an annual ritual. Set aside 90-day sentence of Ekapim Polo lawyer files appeal. And over 500 workers structure demolished at Ayawaso West Municipality. Ghana has 72 places. Ayime Sasongo towboat with 3, and Ghana Navy provides 72 bed quarters in Second Takra. They will be getting more details for you right here on 98.3 FM. Baumia is more than qualified to lead the MPP in 2024. That's Amma Buzia, and this is not as grassroots, but we are at the point where the roads are likely to cross. That's Benjamin Kumbo. We'll be getting more details for you. 7 times Ghana has beaten Nigeria to the prize. Which prize is that? We'll be getting more details for you right here on 98.3 FM. And John Mahama must call sycophantic campaigners to order. That is another also coming from Benjamin Kumbo. Appeal has state support. That's the Polo's lawyer. And all these and more coming up right here on 98.3 FM. Techiman South EC finally provides collection seat to NDC candidate for inspection. All these and more be looking at this morning on the Windy Morning Express right here on News Review Live on 98.3 FM.
TheEggMusic.com.
This morning we're talking about fire-related issue. This morning, yesterday there was an incident at Mantec, that's Mampon Technical College of Education, where the administration block was raised down by fire yesterday. We're making the effort to get somebody to speak to. The Mahatan is here with us, and there are too many fires being recorded lately. So that's why important for fire service personnel to share more with us on the safety, how we can stay safe when it comes to fire-related issues. This issue of state of insecurity has also come to question. Lately, every blessed day we are hearing in the news about robbery attacks and mobile vendor attacks, killing, taking lives. The state of security, the state of insecurity in this country. What can we do to ensure that we are safe to go about our normal duties? The police in Accra recently organized troop in some part of the Greater Accra region, where over 230 suspected criminals were arrested. They'll be screened. Those found culpable will be arraigned before court. We continue to experience these robbery every now and then. The issue of Kaswa has also come to question. A week, there are 2 incidents that's reported in Opekuma. Yesterday, a mobile money vendor was robbed daylight. Mobile shop was also attacked by 2 men in motorbikes. Same place last week or last 2 weeks, a man holding a brown envelope suspected to be a money was also gunned down, and the money or the brown envelope was taken from him. What is really happening? We'll get more details for you this morning. Stay with us. As Windy Morning Express has to do it together between now to the top of the that will be at 10. I know many are writing papers this morning. We wish the very best of luck. Yesterday was a smooth for many students. And those who are having papers this morning, wish the very best of luck. Right here on 98.3 FM. You know, the truth can be terribly painful, yet avoiding the truth is worse. As difficult as it may be, acknowledging the truth and carefully examining it adds to your understanding. The more clarity you achieve about why your life is the way it is, the better you will do going forward. What painful truth about yourself, about others, about the world have you been hiding from? think of all the good things those truths could now teach you. Like anything of value, wisdom is not free. You earn wisdom by asking why and by being truthful with your answers. There are endless ways to continue distracting yourself from the difficult truth, past and present, in your life. By giving in to those distractions, you deny yourself the strength, growth, understanding, and sense of purpose that truth can bring. Seek truth, see truth, accept truth, however painful, unpopular, and inconvenient it might be. Truth is at the root of every good thing you have, and truth is worth the cost. That's what's a motivation right here on 98.3 FM. Truth is worth the cost. Taking us into the weather update right here on 98.3 FM, the Windy Morning Express. But it's Kim Batuka on behalf of the morning crew. We say thank you very much for living the dance log right here on 98.3 FM. Come on, bright. Somebody beginning. Makatila and Bobby John are doing the news review right here on 98.3. Come on, good morning.
Very good morning to
you. Tell us more about the weather.
Happy to have you. And quickly to the weather, remember, this morning will be characterized with a temperature of 33 degrees Celsius. Intermittent clouds will be the experience and wind speed south-southwest 11 kilometers per hour. In the afternoon, the temperature would increase to 34 degrees Celsius, partly sunny, with weather thunderstorms, if not the experience there, and then wind speed being 70 kilometers per hour. And then in the evening, it will dip to 27 degrees Celsius, mostly clear, and then the wind speed being south-southwest 9 kilometers per hour. Overnight session will be having a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, mostly clear, with wind speed being west 7 kilometers per hour. Nationally, Tamale is expected to have the highest temperature for this day in the region of 27 degrees Celsius, Takrady 26 degrees Celsius, in a crowd be 26 degrees Celsius. Here in the central region for Cape Coast will be 26 degrees Celsius, and then for Kofodia it will be 24 degrees Celsius, to the Garden City of Kumasi 23 degrees Celsius, and then finally where Kim Batuka hopefully be taking us to, remember, Mampong will be having a temperature reading of 22 degrees Celsius on that very score as well. So that is your weather. Good morning, and back to you, Kim Batuka.
Thank you very much for the weather update right here on 98.3 FM. We'll be zooming into the news review right now on 98.3 FM on the major stories making a line this very morning.
Extra, extra, read all about it. I'm talking front page story all over the world. It shook up men, women, boys, and girls. The headlines read, if you want to be rich, then you better make sure that you got your shit. Oh, come on. Hit it. Hot off the press. For everybody here, we're gonna do our best to make you holler, make you scream. I heard it on the news, it's an incredible scene. I just got the word. I jamming is connecting everybody I heard to make you party, make you sweat. You're even gonna feel it through your TV set. I said the headlines.
Live on 98.3 FM on the major stories making headline this morning from News Review right here on 98.3 FM. We're taking online to give some of the lead stories online this morning and other newspapers as well. So quite a number of stories issue got to do with the MPP, the NDC. We share with you this morning right here on 98.3. And a former National Science and Maths quiz contestant, Francis Tete, who was pursuing his PhD in UK, in Canada, we've been told has also passed on. So we'll be getting more details for you. Yesterday, when we were talking to the head of compliance inspection of the road safety, you spoke about a petition that will be sending to the MTTD concerning a cocoa board vehicle who was driving carelessly. It's captured here on myjoyonline.com, and we'll be getting more details for you right here on 98.3 FM. Appealed by the appeal has state to support Captain Polo get the release is also here. Techiman South ongoing election petition is also here. The Techiman South seat called directed the EC to provide the NDEC original pink sheet is captured here. They have done exactly so. And armed men rob mobile vendor. What I was talking about a short while ago. We'll be getting more details for you. Okay, let me welcome the gentleman, Makati Anamwa. Good morning. Take us through what you have there.
Rick, good morning. So
Anamwa will be doing the translation in Akan language for us.
As usual, let me go to the daily graphic and look at the front page stories. The big one: child beggars invade Accra, exchange safety for arms, and then don't shelve New Year school recommendations. Experts urge duty bearers. And also on the paper, beautification of Mandina Zongo Junction begins. The center spread of the graphic, preparations ripe for immigration, for migration onto digital terrestrial television. And accountants asked to leverage technology to facilitate work. Then NADMO U.S. Embassy to collaborate on disaster management. The back page of the paper: police impound 1,049 motorbikes in Accra, and then fire guards 40 shops at Kumasi Central Market. Of course, let me take you to the continent and see what stories are making headlines. Inside Africa, yes, Chad's army says 300 rebels killed. Then the residents evacuated in Cape Town suburb. And then help me pray for YouTube. TB Joshua responds after anti-gay remarks. To the Ghanaian Times, efforts to combat criminal activities and accidents. Police nab 138 motor riders for various offences in operation in Sekandi Takradi. I fear I will be raped. 65-year-old grandmother appeals for help. Then also on the paper, set aside 90-day sentence of Equiapin Polo. Lawyer files appeal. NLA KGL partnership generates more revenue for state than over 500 hawkers. Structures demolished in Ayawaso West municipality. Two other stories in the paper. I've given you that one. Then the 13-year-old drowns in abandoned quarry pit. And the back page of the paper is reporting that the GHA to replace a Mensa single towboat with 3. And Ghana Navy provides 72-bed quarters in Takradi. I think at this juncture, let me move to the details, starting off with the daily graphic. We are told that child beggars have invaded Accra and exchanged their safety for arms. So, the story by Nana Konedu Ajiman. The phenomenon of forced child begging in the national capital is getting out of hand. Now, on a daily basis, an overwhelming number of children, some of them as young as 3 years, find their way onto the streets to beg for alms and other forms of assistance. And many of them are driven onto the streets by their parents, mostly mothers, to beg for money from motorists, passengers, and other members of society to keep themselves fed. And some of them appear to have learned the trade of eliciting emotions from the public from their adult parents by appearing in tattered and dirty clothing, with some pretending to be unwell, or all in the name or in a bid to win the heart of the public. Now, some also use crude means to demand money by knocking on car doors and then glass windows, with some even going to the extent of trying to get on the tires of the vehicles to to clean the windscreens of such vehicles with dirty pieces of fabric. It continues on and on and on. That is it. This is not new to us. It's been in the capital city, especially Accra and other areas, but Accra is noted for that thing. And for years now, we have done virtually nothing about it. So this is not new to us. I don't know why the Daily Graphic has decided to revisit the issue. Maybe some changes will happen in the near future. Let me take you to the continent before I come back home again. As we told that residents evacuated in Cape Town suburb. So we told that South African emergency workers have evacuated three 17-story residential buildings overlooking Cape Town as a huge fire burns along Table Mountains. Now the blaze spread quickly after breaking out last Sunday morning near a memorial to politician Cecil Rhodes. I want to be very sure. Okay, so I take it again. The blaze spread quickly after breaking out last Sunday morning near a memorial to politician Cecil Rhodes. Now, a restaurant was destroyed. The University of Cape Town's historic library was also badly damaged. And about 250 firefighters have been battling the fire or the blaze, which has been fanned by strong winds. Helicopters were also used to waterbomb flames, and but their works had been hampered by the strong winds. So that is very unfortunate in South Africa. Elsewhere in Chad, we told that Chad's military claimed that it has killed some 300 rebels advancing on the capital N'Djamena, as the government yesterday deployed tanks and other armed vehicles in the city streets. Now the death toll also given on state television and radio by army spokesman Azim Bemandos Aganumpa came a day after the military declared that a rebel column had been totally decimated by Chadian soldiers. TB Joshua is also here. Let me give you the story about TB Joshua. Help me pray for YouTube. TB Joshua responds after anti-gay remarks. The popular Nigerian television evangelist TB Joshua has called upon his followers last Sunday to pray for YouTube and not to respond with hate, after his channel was shut down for posting videos claiming to cure homosexuality. In code, he said, "Help me pray for YouTube." That televangelist said in his last Sunday sermon, on which was reposted online yesterday morning on Facebook. Pray for them. We must.
So he's saying that those who are homosexuals, we should pray for them.
Yes.
How?
Actually,
for repentance, or
he was praying for people he felt are homosexuals, and then Facebook said that prayer is hate speech.
Oh, really?
Because he wanted to cure people who are homosexuals of homosexuality. So that prayer, YouTube didn't like it and said, for you to say you want to cure people who are homosexual, it means that you are trying to be, you know the word they try to use always. Do you understand? It is against their human rights, and so they blocked TB Joshua.
Oh, okay, on the YouTube channel.
Yes, and TB Joshua is come back and saying that they should pray for YouTube.
Oh,
but they don't know what they are doing.
So we should add YouTube to the prayers.
Yes.
That's okay. Let's just start within continent Kenya. Students stranded at night over curfew is captured here, and Tanzania approves $3.5 billion oil pipeline construction. I've seen snakes and mountain lions that weren't there. The ex-footballer running across the U.S. and forgotten the coffee plant rediscovered in Africa. Somalia president calls on AU to mediate poor crisis. Is also captured here. Chad Debbie wins system as army fight rebels. So that's a Chad long-time leader Idris Deby has secured almost 80% of the vote in the provisional result following the presidential election. System. It puts him on track for a 6th consecutive term, extending his 30 years in power. So look at a country like Chad. Chad. So what changes is he bringing on board? So there has been a celebration in the capital in Jamina. So that is the story. There it's very serious. African leaders. African leaders. So let's still give you more stories this morning, and let me take you to the U.S. George Floyd, U.S. city on edge as jury's deliberate shoving verdict is also captured here. The jury in a trial of Derek Chauvin, the ex-Minneapolis policeman accused of killing George Floyd last year, has retired to consider its verdict. So the prosecution told jurors that Mr. Chauvin had murdered Mr. Floyd, but the defense said their client had currently followed police training. So that is the story there. If you look at the continent, how COVID stands and the number of cases that has been recorded, it was updated this morning around 6:02. Total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Africa is 4,440,393. And here's Ghana cedis. 4,440,393, and active confirmed cases 368,202. Recoveries 3,953. 3,953,994, and total confirmed those who are succumbed to the virus is 118,179. So that's how it stands, with Algeria having over 119,000 total cases as far as COVID is concerned. So if you look at a country like Egypt, it's over 217,000 with over 12,000 deaths that has been recorded. Ethiopia is 243, over 243,000 with 3,000 deaths. Ghana total cases 191,000 with 771 deaths. So Libya is over 172,000. So it goes to no. Let me take you to South Africa, where their cases is closer to 1.6 million with over 53,000, almost 54,000 deaths in South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. Gas and dogs to deter Nigeria school attacks is here. That's authorities in Nigeria's Katsina State say dogs and prayer sessions will be part of a new security setup to protect students at schools from criminals. Schools in northern Nigeria have come under increased attacks from armed criminals who have abducted hundreds of students since December. More than 300 boys were kidnapped from the school in the Kankara area of Katsina State in December, but were later released. So what Nigeria is security doing? And residents evacuated on cities as Cape Town fire. There's a fire ravaging that's Cape Town in South Africa. That's the story. It's on BBC. You can get a copy and read all. You can go online, and read all. Let me take you to Al Jazeera. World on verge of climate crisis. Abiz as UN warns. And jury consider verdict in murder trial of Derek Chauvin, the policeman, that murdered George Floyd. India non-stop cremation cast doubt on counting of COVID death. That's on Al Jazeera. Then CNN, deceit and dirty money in Hong Kong. That's a lead story there. And non-stop cremation also, here's a story. It's also captured on CNN. You can go there and read all in detail. Let me come back to you, Makat. Let's do some home story.
Of New Year school recommendations, experts urge duty bearers. So we are told that recommendations of the annual New Year school and conferences should be given serious attention by the government to spur national development. This was the view of two experts who expressed concern about the non-implementation of the recommendations of the annual policy dialogue series. Now, the experts are the Dean of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Dr. Vladimir Enshidanso, and then the Director of the New Year School, Dr. John Kwame Boateng. Now, speaking separately with the Daily Graphic, they said for many years now, members of the New Year School had not outcomes of the New Year School had not fully been utilized to engender national development. So far, the New Year School stands out as the only policy outcome of the initiative, that's the ANYSC, that has been implemented. We are told that many of the recommendations and views shared at the 72nd year or 72-year-old policy dialogue from forum have not filtered into national policy programs as the country grapples with development challenges. So they are questioning the relevance of the New Year School if up till date we have not implemented the outcomes, and we are not ready. We don't seem to be ready to even do that.
Because the New Year School, every year, New Year School are held, and there are a lot of accommodations that are always preferred.
Yeah.
So are they saying that not even a single one has been recommended for approval?
Yes.
So why do we continue to organize or host New Year School?
Easter schools were home.
Easter schools were but the New Year School is more or less a bigger one. So it's very unfortunate.
There's a story here about NDC. NDC begins reorganization ahead of 2024 elections. We're told that the National Democratic Congress (NDC) has begun a nationwide program aimed at reorganizing the rank and file of the party for victory in the 2024 election. And as part of the program, the leadership of the party has directed all executive members of the branch and constituency levels to urgently begin building regular weekly meetings and also activate steps to mobilize existing and new members. This is very important. Yesterday I was telling you that politics is about numbers, so it's and that's a good step. So a communique signed by the General Secretary of the party, Mr. Johnson Asiedu in Ketia, at the end of a 3-day retreat which ended in Ho in the Volta region on Sunday, that was April 18, said a roadmap for the reorganization of the NDC was adopted and would be announced in the coming weeks upon approval by the National Executive Committee. That's the next. So yes, reorganization of the National Democratic Congress NDC is in the offing ahead of 2024. We don't know who the flag bearer will be, whether John Mahama is coming back or there will be another John.
The cadres has been also been in the news. While the parties was organizing, a seminar in the Volta regional capital, there was another forum which was also being held at the Atama Rotary Club.
Yeah.
It was organized by the cadres. Dr. Ben Kumbo yesterday was in the media, has been talking why they organize that forum and what the party needs to do. They are also doing mobilization. They said they've been meeting, also going to mobilize, and they want leadership accountability. That's what they are also pushing for. Quite a number of them. So I think that they have to address those issues, those concerns. Recently there was a press conference organized by is it International Cadres or Cadres of Professional Cadres?
United Cadre Front.
United Cadre Front. They demanded quite a number of things from the party. They gave an ultimatum of 2 weeks to provide the results and also account for the 2020 election. That was not happening. And the Mosquito said that they are not known in a party. Yes, they don't have any group like that. I'm sure in political parties you need to sit them down, find out whether they are known or unknown group in the party. Or sometimes they will say that, oh, don't entertain those people. People also hold the view that we should not give them any chance.
So is it a name that they don't know of, or the individuals who form the
Is it the gentleman was even not a party member? They don't know the name. Any cadres. So if you look at the caliber of people who attended the meeting at Tema, it least much to be concerned. The former Eastern Regional Minister in the S1 National Democratic Congress NDC government, he was there. So you say that erroneous for everyone to claim that a recent meeting of members of the party with him among the lead organizers were extensively aimed at pushing Gusitando as the preferred flag for the party in the next election.
It has Gusitando has he staged a comeback to the NDC officially?
Officially?
Yes.
He contested last. Did he contest for NDC race?
Not that I'm aware of, because
Did he contest?
he broke away some
Mahama?
time ago. Do you remember? Gusitando.
He contested Mahama.
And he formed his own party. It didn't go well. I don't know whether he's come back to join them. But
he contested Mahama in the primaries.
Really? So it means that if
He's back.
he's now a welcome patriot or comrade.
So so he said the organizer did not consider such a discussion either. They raised such an issue throughout the meeting. So he said the meeting, which was held in Tema over the weekend, was primarily to discuss the challenges facing the party at the grassroots level and find ways of tackling them in order to improve the party's fortune ahead of subsequent election. The cadres, many are saying that the cadres were for former President Rawlings. Right, the late president is no longer there. So the cadres, they want to keep the cadres out of the party.
Some people are saying, they
are not recognized. They are not recognized. And they are saying that NDC with that cadres is no NDC. So that's what they are also.
So who are the grassroots for?
The grassroots? They consider themselves as a grassroots, the cadres.
So because some people are saying that the grassroots are for John Mahama.
Okay.
And that's what I'm asking. If the cadres are also saying they are for
grassroots.
Papa J, then who? How do we reconcile the two? It's amazing that the NDC is talking about reorganization and realignment, and yet they are saying that there are some people within the party they are not aware of. They don't know them, and this is a sharp irony. I don't know how this reorganization is going to work. Like you said, why don't they bring all this, even if they are
together,
not and they are claiming they belong to the party? Then you should rather call them and hear their concerns and see how best you can, even if they are not part, merge them to the party. It's better than saying that we don't know them, or there is nothing like that, no name as such in the party.
That's what I was thinking that they should have done. Seriously, they should have done that. Bringing all the people involved sort out the issue before you talk about reorganization, before you talk about, meeting weekly, because there are certain people who might be standing aloof, who might be peeved and will be on the fence. That will not go well. So Kumbo is also here. NDC not at crossroad, but we are at the point where the roads are likely to cross. That's Benjamin Kumbo. He's a leading member of the NDC. Says that the opposition party is not at a crossroad despite some alleged division among the party leadership. According to Kumbo, a year and a half ago he took up the responsibility of holding series of internal party meetings, all aimed at reconciling members and easing tension within the party. Says that we are really not at crossroad, but we are at the point in which the road are likely to cross. I want to avoid the situation of us getting into a crossroad. He told Evans Mensah on Journeys. A statement follows series of behavior patterns and development within the NDC that has been described by people as inappropriate. Recently, the party's national communication officer Sabi Jamfi accused ill leadership in parliament and the speaker Aban Babin of betraying the NDC. According to Sabi Jamfi, the Tamale South MP Haruna Idrisu and Aswasi MP Muntaka Mubarak brazenly defied the leadership of the party and betrayed the collective good for their selfish interests during the approval of some ministers appointed by President Akufo-Addo. Again, the party also wrote a letter suspending its immediate deputy general secretary Kokwendo for some constitutional breaches. But the former interior minister maintains that cracks within the party does not mean leadership is at crossroad. So he goes on and on and on. He talks about it and what they intend doing. They'll be meeting, they'll be holding meetings and stuff like that. They'll be inviting the leadership, other leadership of the party, and it's up to them whether they will honor the invitation or not. And they said that invitation was extended to the party, and they receive it, but they decided not to come. So it goes on and on.
Have issues.
There are a lot of issues. They have to resolve the internal ones. They say that it goes on and say that the issue of who became the flag bearer is contingent on the number of many specific issues which need to be addressed, so that any flag bearer position becomes relevant. He stressed, explaining why he views the discussion on selecting a flag bearer as irrelevant. Mr. Kubo said no one was challenging or posing a threat to a position. Hence, his inability to understand the haste to choose the flag bearer. You see where it's coming from?
Yeah.
You see that people want to choose a flag bearer, and why are they rushing to the end to address it? So the former Nandom MP believes that the party mechanism in selecting a flag bearer is bedeviled with challenges and call for rough edges to be straightened. So it goes on and on and on.
Benjamin Kumbo is a lawmaker.
He's a lawmaker.
He is an old member of the party. He's very learned. He knows much. He knows a lot. I don't think such people should be taken for granted, or their concerns should be thrown under the carpet. I think if the NDC really want to recapture power in 2024, they will have to listen to these people and bring them together. It is better that way, because he's asking a very legitimate question. And why the rush?
He spoke
if
about
they're telling you that there are cracks in the party that needs to be mended, and that depends or will lead to the selection of the flag bearer, I think it's a laudable suggestion. The NDC will have a daunting task and hurdle to cross.
Yes, Ali. He also spoke about the election petition, whether it was relevant. He said that I forgot what he said, but he spoke about one of the cases which was not determined. He think he disagreed with the Supreme Court. He disagreed with the Supreme Court about the EC changing the figure 3 times. Constitution not going back to do that, only issuing a statement. Because EC should have gone back to officially declared it again. That's why he had the issue. But the other issue NDC was raising was flawed. It was also demanded, where are the results? Then they said they had it. They want to see the results. Wasn't they want to see? You want to see the results? Were there any results?
Anyway.
Were there any results? Were there were results before they went to court, or they were going to court to ask EC?
So we are moving forward.
Right. So
yeah. There's a story here. They are saying that 9 suspected jailbreakers arrested in Adan. I don't know whether they are jailbreakers from Nigeria or here in Ghana. So let me give you the story. We know what the details are. 9 Nigerians suspected to be fugitive jailbreakers from the Federal Republic of Nigeria have been arrested by the Adan District Police Command. Now, they were arrested last Sunday at Adan 4. Now, the 9, including a female, Emmanuel Obina. You have to take your time to listen to it. Obina Chiri Dozie, aged 27. Then we have Steve Eyimku. Then he's 33. Then Enchel Lucky is also 29. Then we have Human Osman, 28. Then we have Kelly rather. Kelly Flumei. I don't know what will have to help. Okay, so it's Kelly Ekumeni. He's also 33. Then we have Freedom Yusuf. He wants his freedom. He's also 28. Then Obi Omura, 38. We have Patrick Chanai, 47. And then Bless Nuku, also 25. Now, we are told that the 9 crossed the Water River to the Adanfo in the Greater Accra region, and were in the process of going to Accra when they were apprehended. Now, they were arrested at the lorry station at Adanfo, and we told that items found on them included passports, ID cards, personal belongings, 1,460 naira, and 2,053 Ghana cedis, and other belongings. I don't know, the 1,460 naira is the total amount for all of them, or an individual was in possession of that amount.
Immigration warned recently that we should be very careful because they are suspecting some of the over 1,000 jailbreakers might be heading, some of them will be having to this country. Yeah, so it means that if you're not careful, some are already here. I listened to a story where they say that some are already in a Liberia camp. So these people use the ferry.
Where?
Liberia camp. So these people use the ferry and cross from the Volta to Adanfo. We should be very careful. We should be very, very careful. They want the immigration. There are quite a number of unapproved routes. So you can't blame the immigration officers unless we begin to deal with the number of unapproved routes. I mean, the situation will still be the same. Let me take you back to. So now they will deport them. So it means that they have to start operation.
No, they will have to do due diligence first. Let us know whether these people are part of the 1,800 people who broke jail in Nigeria. Then fine, we can say that they can be sent back. I listened to
the immigration will screen them.
Yeah, I listened to a security expert who said these things are not advisable. The measures are not advisable because it's like they will fear some of assault, because if you succeeded in arresting and deporting them or sending them back, it could rather bring about some unforeseen frictions between Nigeria or these groups.
Send them back. So you should not send them back.
Yeah, he's saying that we shouldn't send them back.
Why?
That's what he's saying. That it's not the best. Like, these people one day will form an alliance and come and strike at you. So
oh no, I don't know what sort of security expert is that, because normally once somebody is a fugitive, when the moment he's arrested, you send him back to the country to continue. It has been done in other jurisdictions. So this is not the first time people have run to other countries seeking refuge or run away from justice where they've been arrested and deported. Quite a number of them. Even in UK, the Ghanaians, sometimes they flew to Ghana, they sent back, come back to UK. There are some from UK go to Ghana here to continue his trial. So this is not the first time.
It's argument. You arrest them and keep them, and their government will come for them.
Oh yeah, they will exchange them.
They will come for them. You don't send them there.
Members or member of council of elders. Let me take it back to politics because I still have some few political stories here. I'll come back to you. Member of council of elders. That's a Kumbuwa story. Is also here. Says that crusaders will not only create enemies of Mahama, but have the potential to destroy the NDC reorganization drive aimed at annexing power from the governing MPP in 2024. So you describe as childish and premature the conversation ongoing within the NDC for a possible return of the former president to lead the party into the 2024 election. So it goes on and on. So you can go online and read all in details right here on 98.3 FM. There's a story also about Baumia. Baumia is more than qualified to lead the MPP in 2024. You know, I was talking Amabuzia. Fierce critics. So a founding member of the MPP, Madam Amabuzia, has said that Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is more than qualified to lead the MPP in the 2024 election. So, in an interview, the two politicians said that looking at how far the party has come and how exemplary Dr. Baumia has handled his portfolio, it will be more than prudent for the party to select him as its candidate in the 2024 election. So that's what Amabuzia is also saying. So NDC are having their own issue, and PP is also having their own also issue as to the selection. As the selection, now the selection and early Congress and other things. Whether Mahama is going back again or not, whether they will use Mahama or not use Mahama, that's another issue. So whether the party will be okay using Mahama again. So if you use Mahama will go for only one term in the event that you wins. Right. I said, I'm also heading.
That's what they want. They say he should come and just do his one thing and go.
What the kids are not happy is that Mahama is being projected as, apart from him, there's no other candidate in the NDC.
A majority,
and it's too early for them to clamoring for Mahama come back. I think there are certain issues that needs to be addressed in the party. And it's very fundamental if they want to wrestle power from MPP than pushing for Mahama. So that's why you are discussing with the sycophants.
Yeah, so a lot of people in the party also believe the same thing. They feel that apart from Mahama, who else? There's nobody. So that's why they will still.
But if you don't give chance, how will you know? If you don't give them only chance.
No, it's not like giving chance. The people are there. We have people who can also do it. I don't know why everything is revolving around Mahama. There are people. I mean, if we should give them the opportunity to come out, you see that some of them are 100% capable of leading the NDC. I don't know where that Mahama factor is coming from. And it's an insult to the entire NDC party. And that only one person, you don't have anybody again. So the people they have trained those, because I know the NDC have trained a number of people who went overseas for further studies. And some of them have come back, some of them are even there. Doesn't mean that they cannot even get one person as a flag bearer. It's a whole lot, the Baumia and the Alan Cash factor are two big factors for the NDC. So they think that somebody like Mahama is the only person capable of facing either of them. I mean, the NDC is a big party. I mean,
Yeah. So they have to cross the hurdle. But
They should know better.
the likes of Benjamin Kumbo, Fritz Baffo, and the rest are big shots in the party. So I'm sure their views and their thoughts should be considered. You know, sometimes some of the utterances from their leadership is not also helping. You know? I'm sure Mosquito will be responding to them shortly. And sometimes some of the responses have not been too good. They have not been too good. They have not been helping matters at all. Yes.
General Mosquito
I will deny that we don't know these people. We don't know these people.
is standing at a very, let me say,
He is for former President Mahama. Obvious. Yes.
and it shouldn't be so. He's the general secretary of the party, so it's not proper that you align yourself with a particular candidate. You understand? That's divisiveness. It's not the best.
So in the event that
You should
that your preferred candidate don't win, and maybe you're not the general secretary again, how will you? I mean,
that is the problem. So I'm saying the NDC is a big party, very experienced, and so they should know better. They should have known all these things. I mean, we shouldn't be telling them. But unless, of course, people like General Mosquito and the rest, they don't care what happens
The
after
party.
Mahama. Yes, after Mahama, what happens? They don't care.
So you believe that they should address their issues before calling for the unity, calling for the weekly meetings and other things.
I strongly
Because
believe so.
people are not.
I strongly believe so. Like Benjamin Kumbo said, that the selection of the flag bearer is contingent on the number of issues that needs to be addressed. I 100% support that. And he asked the question, why the rush if you really want?
It's
flag
like
bearer and
somebody
all
is
these
coming,
things.
so if you don't rush him there,
The person will take your place. And, it's not the best.
we also
The-
spoke about financing. Was it money is not everything because
the core members of the NDC are not happy with the crop of events
yeah.
now. And I think that, like I said, if the leadership of the party now, including the general secretary, try to downplay their concerns, there will be a recipe for disaster for the NDC, especially in their quest for recapturing power in 2024.
Because the issue has to be now we have males factor. Males, those who belong to males feels that they have been sidelined. And now
not feels. It is true that
sidelined.
they have
Rollins factors, or they have been relegated.
I was not seeing Okujetu that much aligning with Mahama when Mills was alive.
But now
That is why it took Mahama some time to even reassign him.
yeah.
Do you understand? But the whole story has changed now, and it seems to be with. So a lot is happening in the NDC. I don't know for stomach sake or it's for the national interest of the party.
So where now they need to handle this issue, because if it becomes three factions within the party, it will not go well. Because
Maybe
the
more
candidate
than-
belongs that they align with the late president.
Maybe more than three.
They align with the late president.
The rebels too have their people.
The rebels.
Yeah, they also have factions, and all those people will do.
So they need to address this. I mean, for the party's unity between now and 2024, is quite a years ahead of us. So they can use to realign.
But who's the
reorganize.
chairman? Okay, for example,
But it's not being heard though.
there are issues.
They
His
were even raising issue about the chairman.
His video is being played
Because-
now and then. So
They say, why is the chairman?
yes, nothing. Much is
Has
not
he
heard
also
from,
been sidelined?
nothing. Much is not heard from him now. I don't know why the silence. Maybe he's not happy. The case is still dragging in court.
In his case.
It's giving him headache. Or he decides to be neutral.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk now.
That's an issue.
A whole lot of homework. Oh.
A whole lot.
A whole lot of homework. If because this Mahama 410 thing, I mean, come to think of it, you don't understand.
If you come to the MPP, recently the leadership said that where they're going to put brakes on those who are fronting for the two, either Alan or Baumia. And if you're able to do it, it also will go well for their party. If you're unable to do it, then more cracks will be setting in. Because now Amabuzia, who has been a fierce critic, is telling that Baumia qualifies, most qualified to be the leader.
Yes.
Amabuzia also has been
What
a
has
critic
changed?
to he has been a fair critic to Nanado before. He's more seen as aligned with Kofor you know. Would you say the MPP has also handled the Kufuor factor, Nana factor well? I think that they have really ironed it out.
But you know what? The reason why we're seeing that of the NDC glaring is that when you are
in opposition,
yes, and you enter into your second term of being in opposition, the cracks are likely to deepen.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that's why. But the Kufuor is not in power. The NDC is in power. They've managed to.
MPP was more united in 2016, going to 2016.
Exactly, exactly. They did that.
Yes.
The only problem was the alleged Afoko and the Cobra Japan,
which was also near to their benefit.
And they managed. They did their best to boot them out, and there was like some kind of, I don't know, I should call it peace within the party. That's what the party wanted. So once they solved those things, the Kufuor and those things were like it has died down. And so when they came to power, they managed to massage the issues. And
now, be surprised that Baumia says Mahoma, what's the name? Alan says that I'm not interested. I'm not going. I think Baumia has done so well.
Well, it will be
it's their followers who have been pushing all these things.
Yes, I am expecting this. I am not interested to come from Baumia instead, not Alan. Because that was the arrangement. It's a fact. Everybody knows.
Arrangement from where?
From the party hierarchy. We know this.
Arrangement from
so
where?
For them to see that, to come and try to change the goalpost, it will call for another thing. So one should do the gentlemanly
I saw a picture one day with the former President Kufuor. Another was next, and Alan was the third person at the UN General Assembly meeting. And saying that this is how the succession plan has been like. So that's how it will go. I'm saying, hey, people picture speaks a lot.
Yes. And we heard some loud voices those days when they wanted Nana to go before Alan. And the loud voices were saying that you should wait. Do you understand? And this is the plan. Yeah, so if they're trying to, I don't know.
So what say? So others are also saying that, but we should also wait.
They want to make the whole thing like some kind of thank you thing to Dr. Baumia, because yes, it is an undeniable fact that the success of the NPP in the 2016 elections was really built around Dr. Baumia.
It's a fact. It's an undeniable fact.
And yes, so people feel that, and that nodding factor thing, that the NDC smartly injected into the MPP. They want to, like, of a sort, resolve it to prove the NDC wrong. But which is the best way forward? Contingency theory will come to play. Let's know. Maybe there are early days yet. We'll wait and see.
So it beholds on the party how they will both handle this issue.
The two of them, they are not free. The two of them are not free. As for NDC, it shouldn't be that difficult for them. But maybe they are not thinking the way we are thinking. That's the problem.
Many have attributed some of the issues happening in the party to yesterday I said about Samuel Jemfi. I don't know. He's a fine gentleman. Many youth in the party also loves him, but the others don't love his communication style.
It's the same thing. We know where Samuel Jemfi belongs to. We know how he became the general secretary. Sorry, there's communications officer of the party. I mean, he's a Mahama boy, and if these core members of the NDC are having issues with leadership, are having issues with flag bearership, then of course, and yesterday we were discussing in some quarters, there are times looking at the age of Samuel Jemfi, when he even speaks and he's talking sense, at times you are tempted to overlook what he's saying and look at the person talking. Do you understand? So that is also playing a very big role in the NDC. And to worsen it all, he's gone gaga. He's lambasting in parliament, leadership in parliament. Yes.
Many were expecting a sanction. Many were expecting a sanction.
Exactly. Majority of which members belong to the core members of the NDC, like cadets, so to speak. Do you understand? So definitely, those people are not happy with the
So don't you
utterances
think
of.
the sanction would have been better to see that nobody is above the law?
He's their communications officer. Sanctions how? I mean, and that would mean also a different thing. Maybe they can call him to order and talk to him, but to sanction your communications
Maybe
officer,
you have been suspended for just a month.
that will spell a whole lot of doom for the party again. The cracks will deepen the more. So yes, I think they can jaw and just call them to go.
So don't you think that also somebody also does similar thing and is being sanctioned to bring trouble? So maybe you are comparing what is happening to Alote and Koko the whole to what Sami Jamfi has also done. But I don't see it as the same.
Yes, I mean, it's not the same. They are not the same. Sami Jemfi was expressing his views. He felt that maybe the leadership could have done otherwise. In the case of Alote and your good friend Enyidoho, they were, punching holes into the party, revealing the party's secrets, and they have been considered as black sheep of the family, because if you really are with us, how are you against us? In another breath. So that is why they felt that they are like they have become moles in the party, so they need not to be with the party.
Couldn't the party would have looked at the issue that they were raising?
Ideally so, but one would have asked, was it the best platform, the best medium to have expressed your concerns? There are party structures and conflict resolution mechanism within the NDC. You could have used them. If they had exhausted all those mechanisms and still their concerns were not being addressed or heard, then and they went public, then one would have sided with them. But once they failed to do that, they were coming from some kind of peevish attitude. Do you understand? And they felt that it's better to let it out that way than to. And they were maybe ready for the consequences.
Red Live 98.3 FM. Let's still give you more stories this morning.
They say in Ceuta. So that's what our people did. They are now referred to as rebels.
Rebels of the NDC.
Now that's the paper. I mean the paper. Was it a chronicle or which paper? Describe them as
rebels.
I don't think that rebel word came from the NDC.
Let me take you to the national inquirer. NDC embarks on reform after Jane Mensah's Supreme Court unanimous verdict on the 2020 polls. Chop. That's 12.4 billion Ghana cedis. That's 1.4 billion Ghana cedis COVID-19 money missing. CDA is here. And people's lie on floor to learn 2 classes study in debt trap at Bandai Basic School. The daily statement: confusion rocks NDC over party identity and future direction. 6,000 illegal migrants deported from Ghana. That's a story on the front page of the Statesman newspaper. Ghana's economy to hit $70 billion in 2021. And if you look at NDC one, it comes a picture of Apak Dan Abu Dhabi. What's the name? Adikoka, Gositando, and Dr. Benjamin Kumbuo. Okay. Business and Financial Times this morning comes to the story on the front page of it newspaper. Moody's keeps Ghana's economy, keeps economy's credit outlook at B3 negative. Government acquired Airtel Tigo for $1 million. ZPay partners with Move, Uber's preferred fleet partner in SSA. That is the story. A nation falls short in almost all AFCFTA competitive potential indicators. That's a report. And the final newspaper: 13 major accidents killed 276 travelers. 13 major accidents killed 276 travelers. 77% of the crashes occurred at night. So night traveling is risky now. The lovers of night travel, we have to take a second look
You
at
have to
it.
take a second look at things.
It's true. Because 77%. Yeah, sorry.
76.
It's supposed to have been the safest.
276 divided by 13, almost 22. Each accident.
But are all the accidents recorded?
Not
these
all.
are the
Not
these are
all.
the only.
These are recorded accidents because accident happened at Bebome. Ohia Manchine. I mean, Nampandu area there. Who is there?
They say, oh,
Who's going to
Nasa.
report?
Asa.
Who's going to go to the police? Quite a number of them. Moto, try this, Babu Yas accident, even taxis and stuff like that. They don't report it. Because the police is not nearby. If sometimes, even when they report, the police will be far the report at the end of the month or year to their regional or divisional. They don't do it. Unless it becomes major. Unless the media begins to talk about it. That's where. So these are reported cases. And I can say that almost half are not reported.
There could be more.
So that's serious. So 77% of the crashes occurred at night. Charlie? Presidency left embargo on new contract and new cocoa management system to promote transparency is also captured here. So these are stories they're making headlines this very morning. Let me get so about Nigeria. Ghana 7 times has beaten Nigeria to a prize. Did you know that Ghana has beaten Nigeria twice as much in professional football matches? Nigeria has played Ghana 56 times. Out of those 56 encounters, Nigeria has won 12, whilst Ghana has won twice as much with 24 plus 1, 25 wins. Both countries have had a stalemate 19 times. Do you still consider this as a reverie? So that's a write up that has been done here. Interesting. You can go online and read all in details. Court reviews 13 factors behind Ekabin Polo's sentencing. That's Accra High Court has reviewed these factors considered before handling Ekabin Polo her jail sentence. The actress born Rosemont Brown was sentenced to 90 days in jail after pleading guilty to the charges of publication of obscene material. So if the lady was sentenced 2 years, what would have happened? And then come on for a month for the deal. 90 days company. It's too small.
No, prison. She had the comfort.
The video
to do a video.
That time I was not in prison. I think it was a police. He was being escorted to the police. You know, first they will take you to police station before finally you are sent to the prison.
But is it even allowed?
Sorry?
Is it allowed?
I don't know whether he was sitting at the charge office or somebody's office.
I mean, once
you are convicted, that's all. Your right has been taken away from you.
So this one, where is this freedom coming from? To send the video, this one.
So, but if you are escorted in the taxi, what else do you expect? You understand?
That's that.
If you're escorted in the taxi, what else do you expect? It means that the taxi driver could have even run away with it.
So the people who are calling for his hair, is he released or whatever, were they at the court?
No. They don't understand the law. This is law. It's not emotions. That's one to be sure.
Maybe they were beneficiaries of those nude pictures. So they were enjoying it.
They were enjoying it.
They were enjoying it. They want more.
I'm enjoying it.
They're making contributions. Charlie Ghana.
It's very, very serious.
Another person also take an inspiration from this. You understand? Instead of the thing to deter this, it rather ginger people to do same.
So the law is saying that
they could win public sympathy.
Yeah. The law is saying that they have appealed. The appeal that they file has the state support. I mean, so winning case is that. I'm not sure. Police to begin operation to reject street children, beggars in Accra. The story we spoke about earlier. These Chadians have taken over all the major streets in Accra, scratching people's vehicle.
And do you mean I can say
it started long ago.
It's not new. So I don't know why the graphic.
Now they've increased.
is revisiting the issue.
They've increased seriously. So the Accra Regional Police Command has warned that it will soon commence series of operations to clear child beggars off the street of the capital Accra. Streets in the major part of Accra, like Medina, Osu Ridge, Achimota, La Paz, among others, are undaunted with child beggars, most of whom are believed to be nationals of the West African countries. They are Chadians, they're more color. Nigerians and Chadians, okay. So how did they?
No, the Nigerians, when they grow, where do they go to?
I don't know.
I don't see them after some time, maybe after 15, 16 years.
There are many on our street. The moment the traffic light
they go back.
gigs are red, they move towards your vehicle, begging money, begging for money, and it's too much. This thing started
and some of them can
street.
distress you. They will knock. They
will even scratch your vehicle. There's not that they are holding stones. If you don't give anything, they will scratch your vehicle and run away. These people will grow, and they will not be beggars again. There will be another way. So we need to address that thing very well. Let's arrest them, deport them to wherever they are. Yes, they come from. Let's deport them. Let's deport them. Let's deport them. Yes, how do you know?
Is that how we deport people?
Yes, because you don't have the requisite permit to live in Ghana.
They're seeking refuge in your country.
No,
you take care of them.
No, they do not have the requisite document. Amasamapukasa traffic blocking BRT lane to motorists who ease flow. Engineer Mahama. Yesterday, we told those who use that stretch of the road spent close to 4 hours overflow, 4 hours on that stretch. Let me take it 30 man in the Bono East about the election petition, the parliamentary seat. The court directed that EC should provide the NDC with all the original pink sheet. So they were given up to 2 p.m. yesterday, and EC has done so. So NDC went to the court there with generator to photocopy the document with photocopier machine, because Tachiman has been experiencing power outages in recent times. I'm told when the EC officials even went there, the moment they were going through the process, a light off. So when they said that's why we weren't prepared. So they owned their generator, the printer, started photocopying, and they photocopy all the documents. So now they have to study and see what will come out of that. So let's see how that case will also pans out.
The MPP are also hopeful that their member of parliament will still be at post. All this.
The Asen off?
No, I mean Techiman one.
Okay. I thought you were talking about that Asen off or Asen South issue. That issue is still pending. They've agreed on the case management.
4 years, not 4 years.
I'm sure that case will travel fast. Same as the Techiman one. The Techiman one. So the evidence is on the P sheet. The evidence is on the pin sheet. So that's the story. We have been told about fire also gotten market at Mankasim. Sunday was Kumasi Central Market. We've been told about Mankasim also, that fire has also destroyed quite a number of properties at Mankasim, coastal area and other things. That's very unfortunate. We have to be very careful. We are in the Hamatan season. We need to be very, very careful. But those who have turned the market as their cooking place have to be very, very careful. Okay, let me come back to you, magazine.
As I say, the graphic is reporting that preparations are rife for migration onto the digital terrestrial television. We told that preparations are rife for the migration from analog terrestrial television, that's ATT transmission in the country, onto a digital terrestrial transmission DTT system. Now, according to the Minister for Communications and Digitization, Mrs. Esla Owusu Ekuful, the government was in the process of identifying people to manage the platform, adding that the migration will be done soon. And she said that the only thing that has not been done is turning off the analog signal. And we have a dual illumination phase at the moment. Both analog and digital are running simultaneously, and then So all that is done, all that is left is to switch off the analog transmission, and then she said that will be done very soon. So very soon. If your TV is not digital, you have to get a decoder.
You cannot
but
watch it.
even the analog is not that clear now. I mean, it's not clear at all. But still, you can see it like some black and white of a sort. Fire gas 40 shops at Kumasi Central Market is also here. Grab a copy of the Ghanaian Daily Graphic and read the details for yourself. To the Ghanaian Times now. Let me give to him. Ekwapim Polo is also here. Set aside 90 days sentence of Ekwapim Polo. A lawyer is saying so. So the lawyer for who Miss Rosemont Brown Alade, alias Ekwapim Polo, who was sentenced to 90 days imprisonment for obscene publicity or publication, has filed a notices of appeal and bail before the Accra High Court and urged the court to set aside the sentence. Now, he contends that the custodial sentence imposed on his client was harsh because Miss Alade, who was a first-time offender, had pleaded guilty and shown remorse. So this is where the lawyer is coming from. There's a story here. I fear I'll be raped. 65-year-old grandmother appeals for help. A 65-year-old woman has expressed fear of being raped after constantly suffering molestations from a yet to be identified young man who resides in the neighborhood in Teshin, Accra. Oh, is she talking about the word rape person? Well, narrating her story or her ordeal in an interview with the Ghanaian Times on Friday, Madam Victoria Abua, whose attention caught the reporter during a human rights promotion program at the Teshin market in Accra, said she had on countless occasions been threatened to report the man whose name she did not know to the police. And she said her inability to move around easily due to the faulty nature of her wheelchair prevented her from making an official complaint to the police. I don't know. Yes.
Let me
I don't know why she well, I don't know the words the guy used for which reason she's thinking that 65 years old.
Oh yeah. Let me take you to the Chronicle newspaper. Suspended Alata jail. Chronicle. Suspected Alata jailbreakers arrested and are down for. Chief battered by thugs and then paraded on streets half naked. Hey, John Kuman deputizes Oforiata at Finance Ministry. Oh, okay. The Captain Polo files application. Okay, it's also here. So the quotation, Colossians 3:25, for the wrongdoer will be paid back for the wrong he has done, and there's no partiality. Captain Polo. The Daily Guide. Toyin Levy debate revived, and the big story: NDC's lame horse pops up in 2024. I told you, former President Rollins used this thing before, and that's what because the Daily Guide is talking about Chiefs residents want MCE retained. That's Frank Openyan. And Nigerian jailbreakers arrested in Adan is also here. Daybreak newspaper. Mosquito battles over Zampofo for NDC chess lot. Really?
What newspaper is that?
Daybreak. Freedom in Truth. And also, my general secretary will be loving to go for politics. I mean, everything is possible.
Oh, general secretary to chairman.
We were talking about short while. Why is the chairman? Yes, he's missing.
It's missing quotes.
Missing. Baumia is a gem. Amabuzia, the story is also here. Polo piece, okay. We'll not spend time on that. This story has been dealt with already. Okay, so there's a story there making headlines this very morning. Okay, let me come back to you.
Efforts to combat criminal activities and accidents. Police nabbed 138 motor riders for various offenses in Sekondi Takoradi. I don't know why. This is supposed to be a normal routine work of the police. So why do they always make it public? They want us to know what they are doing.
They are also warning others.
Oh, they didn't want them. Just go ahead and do your work. As Ejisu residents congratulate John Kuma on deputy ministerial nomination. It comes with a photograph of the gentleman smiling. He's happy. We are also told that over 500 hawkers and structures demolished in Ayawaso West municipality. This is also no news because we have been talking about these things for some years now, and they still remain the same. When the former minister for this works in housing, Atachia, came, he promised something nice. These things were going to be a thing of the past. I mean, he spent like 2 years or so in office, and we didn't see much, including the Odana that is still undergoing dredging.
Yeah.
Dredging.
That river has been dredged for several years. Only God knows.
So we don't know.
You remember dredging masters?
Yes,
Before the engineers and
even
planners came here.
the masters couldn't finish the work.
I'm sure there was another engineering company before dredging masters.
Way back, and they are still dredging it. I don't know how deep is the lagoon that thick. They keep dredging it now and then. So if you have removed structures, I think it's no news. That is what we have been calling for, and you couldn't do it.
At the point where a lot of people were swept away some time ago due to flooding, that's where we could have stopped the issue of Odona. Would have used it to clear all the hurdles in Odona.
When the second disaster came, hey Charlie, come and see promises.
Some of those who were sleeping in the kiosk containers were washed to the sea. That's what we were told about jokingly. Some said they thought they were in the Ghana Airways flying. And they said, the flight is becoming turbulent. No, they were heading towards.
It's a water turbulence. They didn't know it was air turbulence.
I tell you.
Somebody said some woman in Sherman. He said when the floods came in 2010, she was asleep when the whole room was filled with water, and her legs were touching the water. She said she thought she was dreaming. She was dreaming that she was swimming. She wanted to swim, she couldn't swim. The leg would touch the water, and then she would until people broke into her room. He said, "Madam,
you're swimming."
Hey, I thought I was swimming. No, it's real. Those people, that's what they felt. And we heard a lot of promises about this dredging and relocating structures on the waterways, and I'm going to do a lot of things. The beautification of the capital city came into the manifestos, and now, Charlie.
It's not easy.
Sanitation minister is dead. I think she's been reassigned.
Sister has a sanitation.
Cecilia. Onyabi.
Abrandapa.
Yeah, you finish him.
Really? Sorry?
Yeah, no, we can.
He's still there.
Sorry.
Yesterday, a self-information minister and Lands and Natural Resources, Abujinapo, they toured some part of Central and Western region. And Cobra River, they look at it, the devastating nature of it because of the Galamsey activities.
There's a time will come, they can't use it for good water again.
No.
Potable water again. Because, but don't they have chiefs?
Chiefs.
And don't they see the water going back?
What can they do?
At least, they can call
Even
for...
the national security crumble cannot handle how much more the chiefs.
So they
And
can
these people, those who are into it, they are not from those communities. So some of them are even foreigners. You know, recently they were working.
No, but the activities are carried in their communities. That's what I'm saying. So why don't you
can't stop them?
Spice and let's see anybody who goes.
The chiefs, they are constrained. What can they do? These are national security aspect. National security issue. What can they do? Do they have a Hinfi police to go after these people? Why not use a Hinfi police?
Anyway,
don't forget, politicians are also part. Some politicians are also into these issue. Some politicians are also into the issue. Okay, so let's to wrap up. A 17-year-old has been charged with first-degree murder in the killing of a Ghanaian immigrant working in the United States as a Lyft driver. Toran Wilson of St. Louis was also charged with armed criminal action in the killing of Elijah Newman, 45, of St. Peter's on Thursday. Newman was found dead in a car shortly before 11 p.m. Thursday on 12 block of Peggy Court, east of Riverview Boulevard in the Baden neighborhood. He has been shot in the the gentleman has been arrested. He has been charged for the murder of these Ghanaian immigrants. COVID-19 efficacy of AstraZeneca vaccine lasts for 12 weeks. Ghana Health Service Director General reviews. So that's the story. And they're making headlines this morning.
Koji first job na inasa.
Eba.
Edunasa.
Yes, Eba.
Eba. The same thing and not different one.
The same.
Astra.
But also whatever comes here, they can still use it.
Oh. Say Astra mana yanya Pfizer.
Obey
in the same body.
So malaria drugs no say endorse. If you talk malaria drugs, Limufante when you never 30 Ghana City landfill tipping fee paid in Ghana below world standard. Benjamin Podo, that story came up last week. DSS student jail 10 years for defiling 18-month-old twins. Damn bana. Chief Justice set to establish task court to help GRA prosecute defaulters. It's also High Court set date for Captain Polo's appeal. Okay, so these are stories there, and water company to also embark on water supply rationing in some part of Accra because of ongoing work. So if you read those, if you live in those parts, you have to be very careful. Or store some water.
The two important. I mean, how do we call it? Amenities providers are doing maintenance work, water and electricity. This is serious. At the same time,
we talk about maintenance culture, so we should be praising them if you are doing it. We should praising them, no matter the time they will do it one day or affect certain people. So we thank God they are doing it, so that doesn't become.
Oh yes, yes. So it will solve the problem permanently.
So water situation in Accra has improved greatly. Yes, that's really improved.
Especially I don't know.
Desalination. They were recently talking about
they halted it some time ago.
Desalination water. So many say that you cannot drink it. You can only use to bath and other things. So we'll look at the cost. Was it a good investment that we did as a nation? Right. Okay, Hawa. I think that at this point, it'll be helping us.
Daily graphic in Shase. Na krate zaba mofra wase sraze ewo kwan ho ewo nkran. Krate ichede de wa wo bambo onfo ho kra. Abofra no dra abofra na wogya kwan ho wasraze. Dam na krate ezi aba. Na abinfu na wa nsusun de nsusun a oya wokɔ New Year school afibere a woyen ema won fa ntu baby mom won hwe na won fa nye adwuma no wobo omani na dani Nigeria man neduafo bi apima ha wotwe na mboro wogwane na se waachi binum wadan waachi nkonkoro akron wo adan krate na ode ho nsam aba na se ekọ Medina Junction na owo nkrana Medina Zongo Junction ehon waye de wo sisi ho ma ho ayefe ho atso krata ze ho nsam aba ewo ham Cherry Right International wasi abuya wahwema wode ekwapim polo waman baby mu atena wondodo fi obohwe de mmoframba wo wa kwando ina ho nsam no so wa aka ma mmofran efi ekwando dam na krata ize aba na aswaye a ohwe nkrato ho dwumededo na worka say de onka kire bia TV aba for kwando se wo TV no oye analoga ntumye TV gide inya abafu TV bi ansana etum ahwe bi dam na krata ize aba Nadmu onye US Embassy waka abum wahwe kwanam da atoyen chema ya otesisin wotum na wabra na adze wo manimu iye za kratai reka ho nsam na AMA oye Accra Metropolitan Authority waye nhihye obohwedo na nkrofo izedi wo hu ewo oye nkran manto no dam nkran kropon mu dam na kratai izi aba na se ko krata ne chira oye apos for one cran wajiji moto nkunkunkunkuru apemi edonana akron 1049 krata ze honsam aba damara na ija ato wo Kumasi gom asho nkrofo won shops nkunku edonan krata ka honsam mankesim enyi mampon College of Education so ijani bitoto ho ne dey na se ko Ghanaian Times so a ono so apos for wo takra de wa na mantum wase kona wododo na wabra wukada ase ewo oye anemanto no mun nkankan takra zin wajiji motorbikes nkonkonkonkro ahanyi edwasa awotwe dam na krata zaba na mami bi osi osro de bibotun banda mami wodi fi edusianum 65 osa na dwubi wakada na brenti bi weto ahye do no no ohun da brenti ndu bon na orma odi de midjuman dam na krata izi aba na ekwapim polo afi ya mpeda makana semi bi nembe yimi he wa akasa senzi de asotwa azaba na ncho sabonchen sensan krata na orka ho nsam wa ha na eko ayewa so ayewa so west kroponu mu ahono so kroponu assembly we di djuma nkrofo a woton aze ewo ofi 37 na dzeko airports residential area na adini na wasmo wonton aze won so bottom nti baby a pata wabobo na aze a woton wondema wase we ku buni nara dam na kratai eze nsaman aba ewo ha na eko oye secondary so akrata za aba de beyimba wedding fido basa wato nsumun amuna bia nsuwom ma wewu amuna no chede wotu meba wom wankata do nsubatem ma abenti akotom beyimbe akotom ma wahwenu kwa wedding fido ebasa from antoswafo osabnejmefo wari yedwuma wonfa omani hudo na wonfa yedam na krata za aba na se kwa ma hodu nsema oye Russia enye Czech Republic obi a amanna so afowo amanu mun obere yi biezi Czech fu yi dua wotwe di da wonko won krom Russia so se edunu waso ntumi wontena nti waso wonko won krom dam na krata Ghanaian Times ezi aba na assembly member owo goroyiri owo na doli kali wo tifi anemantum osi iya wombo mba ya waye krado do botumi odi banon wanta wechi ma wontum ndi dwumat dam na krata izaba na endi samayekun wasi wabayan sachi wa mu dam na krata yeka ewo aha na se eko krata ne fon to dudu esia omanfo wo ejuso ewo esantemantum na wa kanfo ana wabo John Kumana Baudo wodi bi o manpinda manda onyo so afa bedechi e wa asoye a ohwe omani sika samdo o wa ha nananma wo osu obo nkratem de nkwafunkwe na unke yeya oye osu mahin ni King Kaduna wayin baby krakrata nze honsam aba na Ghana for awaye dwuma ewo omani na soye a owo Washington na New York wa aka won side sika osma America dollar impimedunum akron ahawatwe anyi edunum $59,850 de wonje na aban fambu a oye COVID funding dam na krata izi abawaha na krata chede ekwo kaso a egozifo ho oye COVID-19 hihye won fanye edwuma kra dam na krata reka ewaha na se ekwo Ghanaian Times echi so a ochede ayimensa eho tobut won oyakro na sisi a wobasachirim ayimensa ye ifi ebre reba nkranan na tobut no yakrunti oma nkrofo char ewo kwando na Ghana Highway Authority wase wadibi rebaka ho dembre obeya oye nkrofo du ha won chari pi ewo kwando nti King dankrata hon wadibayin anu ni na maye nti mefa da akan mefa nsodo se ekọ oye Equal the National Enquirer ono so odaba osi gusitando wa akasembeyinim dam na kratan reka ewa ha na mbebuna wala osi Ghana forces work kanwenu mahwe na siwom oba feza achewo dam na kratan reka na kratan esu no reka ode COVID-19 funding hesikedibi akom 12.4 billion the miske wa kan a wo hun beebiara daily statement so na orkese osi mentim ho ase record wo NDC amayekun ndema nkoyi ono so wa ha na krata chede nkrofo impimesia wa fa kwampa do ba mani mu dam nkrofo atwa wasu da wansa na wonko hono krom ono so wa ha na eko Business and Financial Times ma abanse wato Airtel Tigo America dollar opepekro na oduto oye Airtel Tigo the finder so na medudi na yi abansi odwa kwan hodo nsu a owo manimu a onum galen sedunti orese we sesi na mara na krate izi hunsam aba na krate chede akwenhyan konkrudo ba asebisi a nkrofo ahebeni edusu esia 276 na wedodo na wahwe hono nkwa ewo dam akwenhyan no do dam na krate reka waha na omampena so waswadin hye wadeto oye contract ahodo na dam hye sesira wa makwan de nkrofo a wewo dwumedin ana wansama contract menkrofo nye ejuma eko the chronicle so no so da ba hose alatafu bi a wogwan film dodofie a we baka mani mu wa achewo woye nkokura akron wo adanfo wo nkran manto no mu na kowu odikro bi yipa bi kotisha ndo wo suun na wopa no wo ntwe kro krata eze honsam aba wa ha na John Kuma krata eze aba oye akankrofo mampena buenzi nda wonko asoye a ohwe minister samdo abezechi okaho na krata so oye daily guide na odaba de sika wabaje na wode yinkofo ahenefi akwandon krata so aka honsembio don abudakwi osi NDC amayeku ayede ponkwa untum nanso na dam ponko untum nanso wontum fa nkwasa ma wonzi nkunyim wo abatu biere dam na roka ewo aha na nanan ma wo nanan mfubi wose wonim Abraham Sinyi wasre denka womama onkobio dam na kratereka na dam Nigeria fa wogwan fi do fi a wobaka omani mi wase achon wa da kraterechim wa habio na se eko daybreak mso a ose NDC amayeku nmonje General Mosquito onye niwa ufosampafo wa pro gomtin dibio no ho ono so ha na amabusia okan ekukutuma wo NPP amayeku mu also Dr. Bawumia ayobia obon humbodin papa dam na krate reka ewa ha na se yeko oye krata oye daily guide ni mu bio so a da all kind ekwa pimpolo nensam no so kebi de wahye wo osre asendibia de nche onhweman dam nsha oza tunudon nche onhwe na onfaman dam na krata reka anti King zankrata ho wazibayen ono na mabobodi.
Ray, thank you very much. You can go to the news and grab a copy and read all the stories in detail. We spoke about yesterday fire that gutted the administration block of the Mantech, that's Mampong Technical College of Education. Very unfortunate development that was yesterday. We have on the line Douglas Cranton. He's a dean of students to tell us what really happened yesterday that resulted in the fire incident. Douglas, grateful for your time. Good morning.
Thank you, and good morning to you and your cherished listeners.
Right. Can you tell us what really happened yesterday?
Thank you very much for having me on the line. Yesterday, what actually happened? The cost of the fire we cannot actually best tell, but around 7:20, we had our sandwich students in session, so lectures were in progress.
That's 7 a.m.
7:20 a.m.
a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please. So I was in one of the lecture halls when we heard loud, noise. People were screaming, calling me. When I came out, indeed, it was our administration block,
Was on fire.
Was not quite long. Was engulfed in fire. So the entire administration block, the entire stretch, the entire block. No, let me say the top floor, the entire floor had been reached down by the fire. So in course of that, we called indeed when we came out, the fire actually started around 8:20, 8:30 thereabout. As I indicated earlier, we cannot best tell the actual cause of the fire. Indeed, we had power fluctuations around 8:15, 8:16, 8:17 thereabout. But let me put it on record that I cannot best tell, or none of us can best tell, as to whether the fire was caused by that fluctuation. No. But just to indicate that indeed there was fire, there was
Power fluctuation there.
power fluctuation at the time. So as to whether that was the cause, we want to leave it for the expert to determine that.
So this is how many story building? The administration block.
It's a one story. It's a one story building. The top is made up of about 13 rooms, including washrooms. 13 offices, including the washrooms. The entire place was raised down.
So what type of offices are at the last floor?
The principal's office is there. The vice principal, the finance officer, the internal auditor, and other other officers of the college. That's their offices is housed on that floor. Yep.
So do they keep combustible materials at the last floor of this administration block?
Yes. I want to say that indeed the college secretary operates two offices. One on the ground floor and then the other on top. So I cannot best tell, but what I can indicate to you, to our cherished listeners, is that we've lost vital documents. Vital documents have been lost. Yeah.
Wow. So at what point did your institution called fire service?
You see, at the time, the principal officers had not were not in their various offices.
Okay.
But the tutors were in the tutors who had lectures at the time were in their various lecture halls teaching. So at the time we called. It was when we got wind of the incident. We called the fire service, and not quite long they came. But the unfortunate thing was that when they were fighting the fire, not quite long they ran
out of water. Okay.
They ran out of water, and they had to. We had a fire hydrant very close to the college. The college had demonstration schools. the primary and then the junior high school. So the fire hydrant was sited at the primary.
Okay.
Behind one of the buildings. So they went to that place to refill and then came to continue with the fight. Unfortunately, we lost everything to the fire.
So from what you saw, which particular office you maybe think that or you suspect the fire might have started from?
The fire indeed started from either the vice principal's office or the principal's office. In fact, when we came out from the very people who saw it earlier, that is one of our demonstration school teachers saw it, raised the alarm. So it was even the assistant headmaster of the school who even picked his motorbike then, because when we were calling the fire service, indeed they were not responding. So we had to send somebody on a motorbike to draw their attention to it.
Really? So let's look at the effect to the school, things that has been lost. How is it going to affect your institution, any administration?
Indeed, the entire college is displaced. As a learning institution where the main administration block is raised down by fire, so we had to rethink and reorganize ourselves. In fact, yesterday, after the inferno had been brought to the barest minimum, we made tentative arrangements because the school, the institution must definitely run. So this morning we'll continue with the arrangement to see how we're able to reorganize ourselves to ensure that the other officers will get places to operate from.
But you can say that virtually those officers at the last floor virtually have lost everything.
We've lost everything, not even computers, and not even a single computer that we could bring out.
Are there offices that also keeps student records?
Come again?
Are they those offices? Are they some of the offices? Do they keep student records?
Yes. It's the administration block. As the college administration block housed a lot of documents.
Oh, wow.
So the issue is quite serious.
So how the principal and the vice principal taking this sad development?
The entire college, my college principal, indeed, it's like any other person would personally be affected, but we pepped her up to the task. So we are reorganizing ourselves. As I indicated to you, the Sanwi students was yesterday that they started lectures. So we are yet she's going around to meet with the students, urge them to take their studies seriously.
But I'm not sure it's going to affect normal lectures.
For lectures, lectures is in progress as I'm speaking with you.
So how the fire service started their investigation?
Well, yesterday they cordoned the entire area so that people could not have access, because there's a likelihood, or it's highly possible that even the entire building could, the entire floor, because the extent of damage was so severe. So we're advised not to get closer to the building. So the fire service, we are here to hear from them. We are yet to hear from them in respect of what actually caused the fire and the way forward.
Many were saying, we watched it on a video on various social media platforms, the blazing fire. Many were thinking that the way it was spreading fast, maybe some gadgets might have been kept in one of the offices. That's why the explosion was so.
Well, because of the COVID, we have other items that we're using, to fight the COVID, like tissue papers and sanitizers, which were housed in one of the offices.
Wow. No, we'll leave it here. We're hoping that the institution will get over this and get alternative. But so far, have you heard anything from the educational sector as to what has happened to you?
Well, yesterday, let me use this medium to thank Nana Sibre Mambohini. In fact, yesterday when it happened, he was in Kumasi. So even how he got the message, it's only God who can tell. But indeed, he sent the entire traditional council was with us, and I believe strongly that there are so many people. The district director for the municipal director for education was here. Then the team were here. So many people that I could not mention. We can only thank them so much for being with us in this challenge. I also want to thank you so much. Of course, you are affiliate institution. So I also want to thank you so much for responding to or indicating your heartfelt for us.
Grateful. W.S. Krante, thank you very much for talking to us. The Dean of School at the Mampong Technical College of Education. Yesterday was an unfortunate incident. The entire administration block was razed down by fire. That's where you heard it. Live on 98.3 FM. Just about 4 minutes to the top of the hour. That will be at 9. We'll bring you sports. All the details in the world of sports right here on 98.3. Right after that, we're back. We'll be talking about fire safety related issue this morning. We'll be looking at domestic fires. And we'll also get an interview to do with David Agbe. He's a security expert, security and governance expert. We're looking at the recent security issue within the country. Second day, all these coming up right here on 98.3 on the Windy Morning Express between now to the 12 of the hour. That will be at 10 right here on 98.3 FM. Time for us to go for sports. All the details. Come on, good morning.
Very good morning to you, Batuka.
Great to see you.
Happy to be here as well.
Right, tell us more about the sports.
Many thanks to you, Batuka. On that very score, we quickly get into the groove. Remember, you might love him or hate him. He arguably happens to be the best ever the world would ever see. Remember, started it all as a translator at Barcelona. Marched on to have done a bit of some coaching bits to do with how things have been in his home country of Portugal. And I remember what that very fairy tale story for the setup, talking about FC Porto, happens to have been the very same year they won the UEFA Cup, the defunct, now the UEFA Europa League. Remember, it's got to do with how after a year he was able to have masterminded a very classy conquest of the UEFA Champions League. That is with the same side, FC Porto. And then the very first time he met the press in the UK was the fact that he happens to be the special one. That is to do with what Chelsea was dreaming of, to win the English Premiership. He left that very base even after doing quite a number of multiple crowns with the very Blues, Chelsea, and then moved on. Like you and I know, experiences just come through us. A lot more they come his way for the very front of the Los Merengues, the most crowned champions as far as everything UCL is concerned. It's about the fray of Real Madrid, or the Los Merengues as they are known. Then he made, as I said, the unfinished business kind of mission with Chelsea. Never did he know that this time was going to be another kind of interesting spell. And then in a very dramatic fashion, he was given the sack. He told us he'd be going for holidays and eventually know where he'll be heading next. Thereafter, I remember it was to do with the fact that he had to come back to the very fray as things happens to be for Manchester United. And even as he started the job for Manchester United, the School of Thought held the view that was going to be so difficult a road to take on that very front as well. Stayed around for quite a number of months. And then remember, the topmost one will be the fact that he guided Manchester United to win at the very UEFA Europa League as well. Not so long ago, even as he left the job, Manchester United was the very story to have fallen his way for the very fray of Tottenham Hotspur after replacing Mauricio Pochettino. Remember, a man who had been so consistent, a gaffer for Tottenham Hotspur for some considerable length of time, and his best ever he did was to have qualified Tottenham Hotspur to have gone into the grand final, like you and I know, for the very fray, the UEFA Champions League. All to do with the big man, Jose Mourinho. And things happens to be, I remember, yesterday around the same time, it's got to do with how things got panned out in that fray as well, with news coming through. Remember, Daniel Levy, who happens to be the bankroller of Tottenham Hotspur, happens to have given the sack to Jose Mourinho. And with news coming through from the UK this very morning, whether you like it or otherwise, all to do with a special one, the only one like is known in recent times, Jose Mourinho has insisted he will not be taking a break think about that one. From football, after his sacking from the very free of Tottenham Hotspur, and the Portuguese pay the price for a disappointing campaign, with Spurs currently 7th in the Premier League and with a little chance of making the top 4 on that very score as well. By extension, it is believed his position became untenable after a falling out with several high-profile members of his squad, and so far per our checks, Ryan Mason and Chris Powell have been placed in temporary charge ahead of the Carabao Cup final against the Citizens Man City for the weekend ahead of us. Mourinho, on the contrary, seemingly put on a brave face as he was pictured arriving at home with all his belongings as he unpacked his belongings, including a picture of him whilst at Inter Milan with Champions League trophy. The 58-year-old happens to have told Sky Sports there is, quote-unquote, no need for him to take a break, and he is always in football. So Mourinho also posted on an Instagram story where he jokingly lamented the journalist for not respecting his privacy on that very score as well. So Windy Sports wishing the big man the best of luck for the course of the future. It does dovetail that interesting maxim in terms of the coaching archives that coaches are hired to be fired. Whatever happens with regards, I'll keep you posted right here, 98.3 FM, for a lot more interesting dimensions to come through as well. Don't forget, around the globe, as expected, we'll be taking you through a number of interesting spells. Yesterday at the Elland Road, it was between two great coaches. It's about Marcelo Bielsa and then Jurgen Klopp. At the end of the day, both sides, Leeds United and Liverpool, did grind to a 1-1 encounter on that very score as well. And for Major League Soccer, I remember last season it was Ghana's big centre back, Jonathan Mensah, captaining Columbus Crew to win the Major League Soccer. And like it has started in recent time, yesterday saw Vancouver Whitecaps going past Portland Timbers by a 0-0 on that very free as well. As far as our itinerary is concerned for this day, at the Stamford Bridge is going to be Summersville Hell's side, Chelsea up against Brighton and Hove Albion, for a lot more to come through. For the lower tier that has already produced Norwich to have gained qualification automatically back to next season's English Premiership, we'll be seeing Brentford up against Cardiff City. Norwich City themselves, who know for sure, even with this one, it's academic exercise because they've already qualified. They play against former top elite side, talking about Watford, and then Preston North End will be up against Derby County, home of the big man Wayne Rooney. Sheffield Wednesday up against Blackburn Rovers, and then Swansea City, remember, have been doing quite a great job since the start of the championship. However, in recent time, it's got to do with Steve Cooper and his charges, who have really been struggling as the football duties happens to be having it. They'll be using the back door to possibly gain promotion back to the English Premiership. It's about Andre Morgan, Dede Ayos, Jack Army, Swansea City. We're playing at home this day against Queen's Park Rangers, and don't forget to remember them in your prayers as well, because Ghana's El Capitano deserves a lot more elite division of footballing action in order to lead the Black Stars to the dreamland. Beyond that one, in Germany is going to be FC Cologne up against RB Leipzig. Arminia Bielefeld play against Schalke 04, and then at the Allianz Arena is going to be Bayern Munich, reigning champions, up against Bayer Leverkusen. Eintracht Frankfurt play against Augsburg, whereas in the Serie A is going to be Verona up against Fiorentina as well. In the Portuguese Primeira Liga is Pacos de Ferreira up against Farense, whereas in Turkey is going to be Fatih FC up against Göztepe. Kayserispor, immediate pass at Bernard Mensah of Ghana, will be taking on Genk Beligi, and then Rizespor up against Konyaspor. Hatayspor will be up against Antalyaspor, and then Sivasspor will be playing against the very team that houses two of Ghana's best, Isaac Kofi, as he plays in the arrowhead position for Besiktas, and then not forgetting the middleman, talking about Bernard Mensah, as they play Sivasspor on that very score as well. So those are your sporting moments right here, 98.3 FM. But don't forget the run-up leading to my day 21 in the lead division of Ghana football is on, as the topmost fixture will be SC Mediam. I remember what befell them over the course of the weekend as they played against Legon City Football Club, as they lost their best asset, talking about Justice Blay, because of an unfortunate attack he suffered from Joseph Eje in that very game as well. Winning Sports once more wishing Justice Blay the very best of luck. Remember, SC Mediama are taking on Mariano Barritos Kumase as Sante Kotoko in the topmost fixture as far as match day 21 of the Ghana Premier League is concerned. We'll be back at exactly, that is 5:20, to dig you into that experience that houses everything National Women's League and then the Division 1 League as well. On that score, I say stay right here to 98.3 FM as the show continues with King Batuka.
FM. Another one. What else? Yeah. It's a beautiful brand new day.
Yes, there we go again. The moment has come for you to become the 21st century lady, gentleman, and a child you have always yearned to become. All made possible. Kind Ketsy Mino Cosmetics. Do you care for a good artistic makeup for your wedding, birthday party, graduation ceremony? All events? Then fall on Mino Cosmetics for all your makeups. We also have wig caps, all types of wig, and head hair, Mongolian hair, and Peruvian hair. Among all is your delightful super scented perfumes. Oh God, it makes you smell good. So my beautiful ladies, there are a lot of beautiful handbags and dressing bags to make your dressing on point, and all makeup products are available. Guys, and all barbering shops, fall on Mino Cosmetics for all your barbering shop products and items. So mommy, daddy, get all your baby products from Mino Cosmetics. Mino Cosmetics is a wholesale shop, and so all items are of wholesale prices. Mino Cosmetics will work from Monday to Saturday between the hours of 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mino Cosmetics, we are located in Winneba Roman School close to Don Bosco JHS. So open your papa Efa Cosmetics Modia and if we need Mino Cosmetics. Ana so per week, ana ehui, ana handbags, ana unku mema uti uniform from there. And if we need a chain, Mino Cosmetics. Afi girls, so open mema we dia na to so mana no dia. And no one Mino Cosmetics. Afi baby products so esha hono say Jim, any just some woman is a wholesale prices. A bono matter to say who we the enchamokra from more amatu for so 050696555 and 0266 353722 and 020602733 and 05430660001. Mino Cosmetics, you and me together forever.
What do I mean? See your baby, it's the other baby. Joe, I give you praise, oh count me through thick and thin, a friendship I will never end.
You know what? A good weekend starts with a positive attitude and a great massage. Give your body a little love. It deserves it. Does your work let you sit for long hours? Are you highly stressed after work? Do you experience headache, joint pains, muscle aches, and menstrual cramps? Are you always fatigued? Then worry no more as Bob's Massage comes to your rescue. Bob's Massage is a professional massage therapist to heal you without medication. We offer Swedish massage, lomi, therapeutic massage, prenatal and postnatal massage, thigh massage, foot and hand massage to relieve you of all manner of pains. We also offer you home services. Our charges range from 50 cedis to 100 cedis per session and 150 for multiple sessions. Any other for honam 82 and me juma we yenti de bia na honam 82 and now honam do. Now we hear good massage there, and if we need extra Bob massage, anything the onyim and afide one way we are, and also obey here massage there and nam professionalism a war more fenty. If we need extra Bob's massage, open some be fie so no more massage no so. Omodo mo bibia ebebe ofie no maba massage yie no moja edi efusani a obeya honden ayewe nnuma odofue obohu mo chiri akwan awo Winneba South Campus behind Lagoon Lodge obetumi afro mo ewa ahomatrofo iso 050729237 ana 0263303765 ana so betumi akwa abefo Facebook ana so Instagram so omodin aye Bob's Massage. Bob's Massage, the only massage therapist on UAW campus. Bob's Massage, healing without medication.
Please believe me when I say, count on.
There comes a time.
Hey, my man, why sneezing and coughing openly like that? The world has come to a standstill on this global pandemic, COVID-19. The government of Ghana, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and then Ghana Health Service, is advocating for the slogan, Stay at Home. Stay at home to avoid contracting the coronavirus. Continue to wash hands with soap and the running water. Make good use of your alcohol hand rub or hand sanitizers. Cover mouth when coughing and sneezing with tissue paper and then discard it appropriately. Avoid crowded areas. Avoid touching your face. Always put on a face mask. Eat well, exercise to improve your immune system. Remember, Ghana needs you. Stay safe by staying home. This advertisement is coming from Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start.
The COVID-19 pandemic is still with us. Stay alert. As we welcome some of you back to school, here are a few things to note to stay protected. Always wear a mask to cover your nose and mouth. Do not wear your mask on your chin. Wash your cloth face mask daily. Avoid touching the front part of your mask when in use. Do not share your face mask with your mates. Avoid touching your nose, mouth, or eye with unwashed hands. Surgical and N95 masks are not to be used for more than 8 hours. If you're using one made with fabric, wash it in warm soapy water as often as possible. Remember not to use the same mask for more than 12 hours. Dispose of quickly any used tissue into a bin. Do not spit around. Wash your hands with soap and the running water regularly. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer frequently. Cover your mouth with a tissue or bent elbow anytime you cough or sneeze. Observe personal hygiene. Do not shake hands or hug anyone. Always keep a distance of at least 1 meter from any other person. Do not share personal items with your mates. Do not leave campus if not necessary. Inform your house or hall master or mistress if you feel unwell. Do not self-medicate. Eat nutritious foods with fruits and vegetables. Register your name daily in the attendance register. Avoid crowded places. Sleep well and avoid stress. Do not give out names of your mates with COVID-19. Let's show concern and love. Welcome back to school. This public announcement is brought to you by Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Information, and our partners.
Radio Windy Bay 98.3 megahertz brings to you an informative and educative program, My Department. My Department highlights the activities of the various departments in the University of Education, Winneba. This program brings to you various segments which include interview with the HODs, roundtable discussions with some lecturers, and the student corner, where we will interact with some student leaders, not leaving your take, a time where the phone lines will be activated for your calls, comments and concerns. My Department indeed is a must listen to program. Tune in to Radio Windy Bay 98.3 megahertz this and every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. and let's take a stroll through the various departments on campus.
There are stories of those who did it and those who were supposed to. Stories of how to get things done and where to get them done. Stories of who to reach out to, where, when, and how. On this platform, every information concerning your well-being as a student is brought to bear, and the perspectives that matter are thoroughly discussed. We knock on the doors of appropriate authorities and probe into issues, both past and present, with the hopes of finding the perfect synchronization to cushion your academic and social life within the university community. Your voices are heard, text evaluated, and concerns attended to. So on Tuesdays between 7 and 9 p.m., tune in to Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM for a comprehensive discussion on student and campus-related issues. This is Campus File.
Windy Morning Express 98.3 FM.
Windy Bay
98.3 FM.
If you love her, you want some money. My baby make you never lie me, me say I do me. Tell me toli, she ma kume mu ani go see sabi goli. Baby I ube jame, I'm a minisu atame. But if you see the kind of love I get for you day for the time. Oh, but if I see say somebody there, baby I go cry oh. Or if I just say somebody there, baby I go die oh. If you say nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. She said baby, so she never go to play, me there and forever. They go there. Then she told me I know there. She said baby, so she never go to play, me there and forever. They go there. Then she told me I know there.
You sure say nobody there, nobody there. I am no one.
Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. So if I see say somebody there, baby I go cry oh. Or if I hear say somebody there, baby I go die oh. Wanna love me, that's alright. But don't see me blow no fat. Be my wife, me then you be we, but we will feel legalized. I just see my body when I look into your eyes. Wanna love me, that's alright. But don't see me blow no fat. Be my wife, me then you be we, but we will feel legalized. I just see my body when I look into your eyes.
You sure say nobody there, nobody there. I am no one there.
Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. So if I see say somebody there, baby I go cry oh. Or if I hear say somebody there, baby I go die oh.
I'll love be fit as a white. You be my sugar, my man. You say if I help you be a better party, you go be a better man.
No be say if I love you, I do, and my love go let you down.
Come make I show you something. Got a hold on me pumping. I give it 10. Some man you know that gram milk. Oh, dumb milk. Man you know that gram milk. Oh, yeah. You sure say nobody there, nobody there. I am a no one there.
Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. So if I see say somebody there, baby I go cry oh. Or if I hear say somebody there, baby I go die oh.
For me, yeah, Sister Fia with this one, nobody, right here 98.3, bring the time to 18 minutes gone past 9 on a beautiful Tuesday morning on your radio. You know what I'll be talking about? Fire safety tips. This morning we're looking at domestic fires, electrical fires. My guest in the studio is ADO 2 Dennis K Bar and ADO 2 Beneza Dazi. They are safety officers from the Ghana Fire Service here in Winnipeg. In recent time, this nation has recorded quite a number of fire outages. Even yesterday, and at Sante Mampo, College of Technical Education at Sante Mampo, the administration block has been raised down the last floor. Very, very unfortunate. In Winnipeg here, there have been series of fire outbreaks also in Winnipeg here. So we're talking about this in no time right here on 98.3 FM. We'll wrap up with the security analyst, that's David Agbe, on the general security in this country right here on 98.3. The show is on up to 10. That's on the Windy Morning Express. The meeting between our official social media platform to enable interactivity more between Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM and the general public. Facebook is Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM. Twitter at Windy Bay 983 FM. Instagram is Windy Bay 98.3 FM. YouTube is Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM. Test and WhatsApp is 0503923158. You can also listen to us live on the university homepage. That's www.uew.ed.gh. Remember to follow Radio Winnie 98.3 FM on this platform as we interacted together. Members of the University Teachers Association of Ghana UTAG UW branch are informed that the sales of UTAG lungs has commenced. Interested members at the Jumaku should pay the 20% deposit to Mr. Pascal Podo, while those in Winneba pays to Dr. Ebenezer Manolate. As already announced, the price per plot is 5,000 Ghana cedis. MU Zahan Girls Senior High School informed the entire public it is admitting Form 1 and 2 students. Only do single track. Courses on offer include science, home economics, business, visual arts, and general arts. We have boarding facility with experienced and qualified teachers. Our fees are affordable. We have well-equipped library, ICT, and science laboratories for practicals. We write WASI exams, and the school is also examination center. Records have it that since 2006, the school records 100% passes in the WASI. We have sick bay manned by caring nurses to take care of our students when they are not well. There's a call today on 020817 6887 0248 866096. Locate us see the Vodafone office here in Winneba. The moment has come to be that 21st century lady, gentleman, and child of the year for all these who are all made possible. Kind courtesy, Mino Cosmetics. Mino Cosmetics offers you makeup, wake ups, all type of wigs, barbering shop items, perfumes, bags, makeup product, Mino Cosmetics baby product, among others. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sunday from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mino Cosmetics is a wholesale shop and all items come at wholesale prices. Call us today on 0540 696555 026637 353722 and 0206 027133 and 0543 066001. Locate Mino Cosmetics at Winneba Roman School close to Don Bosco JHS. So we're going into discussion. We're going to talk about domestic fires or electrical fires causes with a gentleman from the National Fire Service here in Winneba. They are my guests this morning. They are safety officers. That's Dennis Keba and Ebenezer Dazi. Gentlemen, good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine by the grace of God.
Long time. I hope you're doing well.
By His grace.
Right.
Bad man don't jealous. I won't enjoy. I won't chop life. Jamming on me cool. I won't live life. I won't enjoy. I won't chop life. Jamming on me cool. I won't live life. Oh, I get
Right, so live on 98.3 FM, getting down to discussion, and Ba is right here. There is Ba and Ebenezer Dazi. This morning we're looking at domestic fires. But let me start with you. Yes. Domestic fires. In recent times, I don't know, because of the Hamatan, we're in Hamatan season, right? So we're recording quite a number of fire incidents in across the country.
Sure.
And we are not left out.
Sure.
I think last week or last 2 weeks there were fire incidents around Roman School area.
Yes, and even just yesterday morning there was another incident around Winneba Junction involving a 6-bedroom apartment.
Really?
Yes, 2 of the bedrooms got totally burnt, and the remaining 4 also had their share. So we need to be very cautious of our activities as human beings.
Has the cause been established?
Investigation is still ongoing. Yes.
But normally most of that has to do with electrical faults, our negligence on our part of fire safety issues. We don't pay critical attention to that.
Yes.
We leave plugs on, we load our socket, sometimes cylinders are leaking, and we try to put some stone on it. We do all sort of things that has been getting us to the where we are now.
Yes. You see, all those factors you made mention of are the common causes of domestic fires within Winneba and its environs. So we are very happy and grateful to Radio Windy Bay for giving us the platform to be educating there.
It's been a while because during
It's
the
been a while.
COVID period, we haven't had time to be on radio. It's good you gentlemen are back on radio, so it's very important.
Yeah.
We'll continue our education on fire safety.
Sure.
I'm sure many will be saving a lot of people from having this situation. So this morning we're looking at domestic fires. Okay, so
Yes.
when we say domestic fires, let's look at some of the fires that we need to know that constitute the domestic fires.
Yeah, so before we do that, what are domestic fires? They are basically the fires that occur in our various homes. They are the fires that occur in our various homes. Students may say we don't live in Winnipeg, we just live in our hostels. Whilst you are in the hostel, that places as your home. So in case there is fire at your hostel, it is classified as domestic fire. So domestic fires basically are fires that occur in our homes. Now there are several factors that cause domestic fire. As you made mention, some are attributed to gas, others electrical, and others negligence on our part. But today we'll lay more emphasis on the electrical fires. That is the causes of electrical fires. One major cause of electrical fires is overloading of socket, as you rightly said. Every socket has its capacity. That's the number of appliances it can take. And then most of us also use multi-socket and then extension boards in our rooms. We overload this equipment to the point that they can't even take the load. And when this happens, fire is likely to occur. Another cause is prolonged use of electrical equipment. When I say prolonged use of electrical equipment, what I mean is we switch on our electrical equipment for a very long period of time without switching them off. Electricity produces heat, and heat is a component of fire. So when we leave these gadgets on for a very long period of time without switching them off, it generates intense heat, which can cause fire if we are not very, very careful about that. And then another cause is running electrical cables under carpet. And this is more familiar with the students. Let me say this way because we are in the university environment. Because we don't want the wires to be lying on the carpet to, let me say,
we don't want to see the
you don't want to see the wires.
Yes, so we always put under the carpet.
We want our room to be more nice and beautiful, so we run the cables under the carpet. Under this rubber carpet, there is a lot of heat. And then if you have observed that before, anytime you raise a rubber carpet, you realize there's kind of moisture or water there. Now when there is a breakage or cut in these wires, and then the water that comes as a result of the heat gets into contact with the broken wire, it can also cause electrical fire. But that we know, and this is very serious because it is under the carpet, and then you barely see under the carpet. So before you realize,
it can also cause shock. It can give a shock to
whoever
will step on it, right?
Yes, very well. And the most dangerous thing about this is that we are not able to see below the carpet. So before you realize, the fire has gotten out of hands. Yes, and then another cause is employing the services of unqualified electricians. We know money is very hard to come by these days, but it will be better to spend more to put your properties and your life in a safer place than to spend less and then put your life in danger or put your life at risk. So anytime you want to do any electrical works or wiring works, we need to go to the ECG. They will give us qualified electricians to do our works for us, rather than going to just the roadside and then inquire the services of any other electrician. There are a lot of electricians around, but we have the qualified ones and then the unqualified ones. Yes.
Okay, so that's it. Let me come to you.
Yes, I think, Batuka, fire safety is a shared responsibility. We as firemen, we play our role by educating the public. So it is left for them also listening to us to also play their role That is to abide by whatever we tell them. They do the do's and then they don't. If we tell you to do this, please, you should comply. If we tell you not to do it, you should also comply by not doing it. People have the view that striking matches only brings about fire, but this is not the case. Fire involves 3 elements. That is fuel, heat, and then oxygen. We have oxygen in our various rooms. There is fuel. Fuel in fire service, we define fuel as any material that can burn. So it does not, we don't limit ourselves to only petrol and then diesel, any material that can burn. So in our various rooms, we have these materials in there. And then fuel, oxygen, and then heat. Heat, wherever you have this electronic gadget, it produces heat. So for instance, somebody might say that I have hired my room. I need to decorate the room. You decorate the room with curtains, and just behind a refrigerator there is a curtain. Mind you, the curtain is a combustible material, it is a fuel. The refrigerator is also producing heat from the motor. So in the case where there is good temperature at the back of the refrigerator, it can spark fire. You don't need matches to strike it. It can spark fire. And these are some of the things that we do in our various homes and then hostels that can bring about fire. And as my colleague also said here, overloading a circuit can also bring about fire. There's this adage that my teacher always used to say: if you want to dismiss a fool, promote that person first. You are a JHS leaver. You've had an appointment to be the finance minister. You know that you cannot do it, but you take it and you go and sit there and then you mess up. It is the same way the socket will also mess up, because the gadget that you've plugged in the socket cannot carry it, and in the long run it will start burning and it will light fire. And the next one now,
overloading the circuit, which number of gadget can you plug on one circuit is advisable?
No, ideally there are some gadgets that are high voltage and others have low voltage. So something like refrigerator, it should have its own socket. Something like refrigerator. And then if you are using a heater, there's no need using heater, iron at the same time. Those gadgets taking a lot of current, so there is no need using heater and then iron at the same time. Television and then the ghetto blaster can use one socket. That's if you have the multi-socket.
Okay.
Yes.
But when you go to people's room where they've loaded one socket with fridge, television, fan, they do ironing. It's also done on sale.
And even their laptop chargers.
Yes. That's risky.
That's very, very, very risky, and it contributes a lot to fires in our environments.
Okay,
yeah, sure.
Let me go back to that. That's you are listing quite a number of the causes.
And then when you started, you made mention of carelessness. We had one incident where the lady decided to iron, but found out that there wasn't electricity or power in the house. So we just placed the iron on the mattress, not knowing
you have forgotten that.
Yes, not knowing that people also there have gone in to buy the prepaid to load it. So upon loading it, in less than 30 minutes they saw flames emanating from the room of that particular lady, and this can also cause electrical fire, negligence or carelessness. We don't know how to call it, whether it's doomsday or power fluctuation. Nowadays our lights are not stable,
Okay.
Yes, and then people have
but really by here we are very fortunate.
Yes.
As compared to other regions, they're experiencing a lot.
Yes.
In the whole of this, we've not had any
Yeah.
So now people have resorted in using generators. The generator is best used when it is placed outside and not inside the room.
Because of armed robbers, we also always want to place a safety.
Yes.
A safe place.
Your life is more precious than the generator.
Yes. Yes. And then the generator.
We have people who fell asleep and the next morning they realized their light was off. The generator has been taken away.
It is better for them to take the generator than to
you losing your life.
Yes, okay. And then your property. Yes. The generator produces carbon monoxide. If you place the generator in the room, it produces smoke, and the smoke is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is thicker than the oxygen that we breathe in. So when you breathe in more of carbon monoxide, you just go off. So majority of the fires that in cases that people are being reported, in fact, so you say reported, you say people are dead. It is not the fire that kills those people. It is the carbon monoxide. They inhale much of the carbon monoxide that will kill them. So it is not appropriate to use your generator in the room. And whilst we are also using it in the room, it is increasing the heat, the percentage of heat in the room, because already the generator is producing heat. You might also have electrical gadgets in the room that is also producing heat. You have combustible materials, and then you have oxygen in the room, which can also start fire. So these are some of the things that we are not supposed to do in our various rooms.
Which we are okay, but
so Edward has made mention of curtains.
Mhm.
When you go to people's rooms, the only thing you will see on the walls is curtains. Yeah, they've hung curtains all over the four corners of the room just to beautify their rooms. And these rooms, you barely see where the sockets are. So in a situation where something is happening,
so the socket is covered.
The socket is covered just to beautify our rooms. So in a situation where something is happening, how do you get to know? The only time you get to know is when the fire is gotten out of hands. Yeah, so it is very advisable not to cover our socket with curtains. It is very much advisable not to do that, because if the the sockets are uncovered, in case there is something, you will see it and then take the necessary actions. And then also refusal to replace broken sockets. When we find out our sockets are not functioning or have problems, because we may think they are not necessary or we don't have enough money, we will decide to use for a while before we get them replaced. But fire does not give notice. Before you realize, it is there with you. What happened somewhere the other time can also happen anywhere, any other time. So when our gadgets or sockets are broken or damaged, we should take the necessary steps to fix them before something bad happens to us.
So when somebody report an incident of fire, do you tend to find out what might have caused before, so that at least you prepare? I know fighting fire goes to different approach. If you want to fight or put a fire off related to gas, it's not the normal water that we use. So do you normally, try to inquire?
Sure, we do that.
From those who place a call to you.
Yes, when the
and do they have patience to even answer you?
You know, the issue is someone will call, hello, good morning, there's fire at Roman school at this place. He will just hang up. You will try calling, the person will not answer. We don't blame them, because your properties are going off. So there's this kind of pressure on you. And those who have the patience to wait on the call, we ask them all those questions. Where exactly is the fire? Is it in the kitchen? So if it's in the kitchen, there's the likelihood that it is a gas fire. We know what to take along. If it is the living room, we know it's electrical fire. We know what to do. But in most cases, the callers are not patient enough to listen to all these questions. So we move with everything and then we do our job.
Okay, Batuka.
Yes.
I will start my point with a question to you, please. What time do you charge your phone?
Oh, normally when I'm going to bed. It depends.
Okay.
If it has gone off now, as I'm working right now, I can charge it.
Okay. It is not a good behavior. Phones are supposed to be charged when monitoring is possible.
Really? Not asleep?
Not asleep.
And we charge it while the phone's close to us, where our pillow is.
And it is also wrong. We are not supposed to place the charged phone on a combustible material like our bed or on the pillow. We need, yes, or on the sofa. We need to place it on the floor.
Really?
Yes. We are not supposed to charge the phone and then place it on a mattress. Yeah.
Then all of us are guilty when it comes to that, because but that's what we've been doing. So we need to charge at the time that our focus is on the phone, right?
Yes, sure, because you don't know what might happen. When we say some of these things, people tend to say, I've been doing it for a very long period of time, nothing is happening. Maybe the day you will experience one, it will happen to you, and then you'll not be alive to tell the next person. So let's take some of these things very seriously and then save our lives and then properties.
Let's look at some of that. The sparks coming from some of the gadgets in our room. How do we deal with it? I know they are also a factor when it comes to fire-related incident.
You mean the sparks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
In fire service, we term it as hacking.
Hacking,
yes. It is either the appliance is faulty, so you need to change it. You see, our mentality. Oh, as I'm busy, Shema Debia Moya in Shirinsi, it is bad.
Otitija na obejai.
Otitija, yes, Shirinsi Debia as in Moya. It is wrong. You see, in driving, we have signs. We have warning signs and mandatory signs. The sparks can be termed as a warning sign. It is warning you. When it gets to the mandatory sign, you cannot do anything about it than to see fire in your room. So it is telling you that it is either the appliance is faulty, then you need to change it. Either the multi-socket or the appliance is faulty, so you need to change it.
No, do normally people call you ahead a bit early enough in fire-related issues?
Please come again.
Do you receive calls a bit early? Does the call comes early in fire-related incident?
In most of the cases.
Because I know some people will try to balance that out. If you get out of hand, that's what they will place a call to you.
That's what I was coming to say. In most of the cases, they try fighting the fire themselves, and if they realize it's beyond them, then they call the fire service. But before we get there, everything will be gone. Okay. Yes, everything is gone. So the best thing to do is, as soon as you see the fire, just call Ghana National Fire Service. And if you think you can do anything about it, start doing it before we come there. But in most cases, people wait for their things to just go off before they call us.
That's it. Let me come to you and wrapping up with you. What be your advice to all those who are doing the listening to avoid any domestic fires? What should we be doing?
I think initially we said fire safety is a shared responsibility. We as fire personnel here, we give our advice. So it is left for them to also take our advice and then abide by it. All these things that we've discussed today can possibly cause fires in our rooms. Don't say that I've been doing it for long and it is not happening. One day it will happen. The time that it will happen, maybe you might not be in your room. By the time you come, all your properties are gone. So we plead with them to always listen to us and abide by whatever we tell them to do.
But what will be the contact? So in case they want to get in touch with you,
yes.
Not necessarily when there's an incident, but maybe they need certain advice.
Okay, so Winneba Fire Station, our contact is 0201 500 360. I repeat, 0201 500 360. When you call this line, to come direct to Winneba Fire Station.
0201.
Yes, 500 360.
Okay.
Yes.
0201 500 360.
Yes.
So I want to call straight to the Winneba Fire, or maybe the national line.
The national line, it takes a lot of time because it will go to Accra, and if the call is coming from the central region, they will relay it to the regional headquarters before it comes to us.
But it's important that they also know.
Sure.
I think it's now
112.
Okay,
yes.
112. I remember I chanced upon accident. I have to call that number.
Okay.
And they were swift, and I even went to Accra, relayed to Cape Coast. Then I got a nearby ambulance.
Okay.
Yes, so it was swift. Okay, let me say grateful for your time. Thank you very much. Okay.
So Batuka, before we go off, I would like to say our lives should be more precious to us than anything. Because very sad, like about 2 weeks ago, we lost a life in Winneba here to fire.
Oh, really?
Really.
At where?
That Basra. But I heard the Central Assemblies of God is around there. The area. A very old man lost his life because of fire.
He was trapped inside?
Yes, he was trapped inside. And you know, as my brother Riley said, he got suffocated by the smoke even before the fire got to him.
And there was nobody close to save him.
The only person around who saw it tried saving him, but he ended up being at the trauma hospital.
Oh, that's serious.
Yes. And all this happened at our blind side. They did not call us. So when everything had happened and the life has been lost, the injured has been sent to the hospital before they called us. So we will always plead with them to give us a strict call when there is any incident.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. ADO 2 Dennis Bar and ADO 2 Benes and Dazi. They are safety officers from the Ghana National Fire Service Winneba office. Grateful for joining us. They will be here same time next week for another edition right here on 98.3 FM. Gentlemen, thank you very much for passing through this morning. This morning we've looked at domestic fires. We've established some of the causes of these domestic fires. So let's take a cue because we are in the Harmattan season, and if you're not careful, any little sparks will cause trouble for you. Live on 98.3 FM, still on a Wednesday morning express.
Eugene and baby, enemies, come and see you. Enemies, come and stand. I don't hustle for these streets, I don't tire. I don't call Latino, pick my call. Oh. I don't sleep for studio, I don't tire. Oh no. Say God, oh, put my enemies to shame. Oh. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah. My God, oh, me I just want to blow. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah. God, oh, put my enemies to shame, oh. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah. My God, oh, me I just want to blow. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah.
Baba God, we dey pray for your favor. Whether that's tangerine, orange or papa, we go chop all the fruit of our labor. Baba, make you show me what to do. When I enter, you can make a cross shop to do. Or just Benedict and no wow boo boo. They be Honoria and Cash go do, yeah. Calm down now. Turn your fire, calm down now. Calm down now. Turn your mighty fire, calm down now.
Put my enemies to shame. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah. My God, oh, me I just want to know. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah. Say, God, oh, put my enemies to shame. Make them know, say, Oluwa cover me, oh yeah.
Live on 98.3 FM, we're about to speak to David Agbe, who is a security analyst, and wanted to look at the state of security vis-a-vis the recent happenings of robberies in this country. We'll make it an effort to talk to him, to raise him on the line. As soon as we get him, we'll bring you that interview right here before we check out at 10 right here, just about 12 minutes from now. Still on a Wednesday morning express.
I try not to miss you too much when you're away. Won't every day holiday. Minga saying what I want. Come to me. I never go cheat on you. I never until so me moon me logo ligi. Minka, meka, minka, meka, minka, meka, minka, meka, minka, meka, meka. Menga jomo nanu wasemu wakati meno. Menga jomo sa wasemenya manuko mna yamfaya wajune. So I don't want to mean that. And you with this kind of love, yeah. Oh, mommy, chance to love you more and more. What all the way to me nonsense now, bro. Minka, 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 wooden. Minka, so some cemetery, and as I see, I can be a Jeremy. I don't watch me, can be a Jeremy. If you ain't so near, so minka, 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 minka. Victoria, no we keep your secret too. For me bunny champion, no granny say I love you between sito. And I say me, if you bring me shower when I find you. Tina na pampa na kaide de I see you for one gonna be shower. Nanga one gonna we go treat you and gonna into your nobody fit take you away. You know say now you be my babe. Maka German science. Obi anywhere on the outside. Maka oh Maka. Minka, Meka, Minka, Meka, Minka, Meka, Minka, Minka, Meka, Minka, Meka, Minka, Meka, Minka. Look at man drumming pamming, me mommy girl is gonna drumming pamming, daddy. I told him my friend, yeah, me bo. Afra kume, it's again you never talk to my show. The girl in the part. That's a song coming from Bisakede, Family Maker. Right, you bring the time to 10 minutes to the top of the hour. That will be at 10 time. We're going for the news in brief at 10. In the meantime, between time, the Revenue Office of the Investor Education, Winneba, informed the entire investor community and beyond of the sale of the following souvenirs and their corresponding prices. Paper bag is going for 2 Ghana cedis. Saucer is going for 650 pesos. Chest pin is 5 Ghana cedis. Mug is 6 Ghana cedis. Cufflinks is 850 pesos. Key holder metal type is 10 Ghana cedis. Face towel 11 cedis. Scarf is going for 21 Ghana cedis. Tie complete 123 Ghana cedis. T-shirt 35 Ghana cedis. Lacoste is 45 Ghana cedis. Wristband is 2 and 3 cedis. 4GB pen drive is going for 34 Ghana cedis, 8GB for 3 Ghana cedis, and 16GB 56 Ghana cedis. Face towel is going for 115 cedis and 65 Ghana cedis. Cloth pair at 20, 24 and 30 Ghana cedis, as well as umbrella is going for 30 and 35 Ghana cedis. For purchases and further inquiries, locate the Revenue Office on the main administration block, down floor, North Campus. Does your work let you sit for long hours? Are you highly stressed after work? Do you experience headaches, joint pains, muscles aches, menstrual cramps? Are you always fatigued? Worry no more as Bob Massage comes to your rescue. Bob Massage is a professional massage therapist to heal you without medication. We offer Swedish massage, lomi, therapeutic massage, prenatal and postnatal massage, Thai massage, foot and hand massage to relieve you of all manner of pains. We also do home service. Our charges range from 50 to 100 Ghana cedis per session, 150 Ghana cedis for multiple sessions. Call us today on 0504 729237 0263 3037665. That is Bob's Massage. Facebook and Instagram, Bob's Massage. Locate Bob Massage at Lagoon Lodge, that's behind South Campus. Your moment has come to give a new outlook to your wardrobe and stock your cosmetics kit with the best brand on market. AB Grace Cosmetics and Beddings gives you the opportunity to purchase the latest bed sheet, best spread pillows, curtains, handkerchiefs, cosmetic toiletries, ladies' pants, sanitary wares, men's pants, men's boxers, singlet, 90s, diapers, among others at affordable prices. Call us today on 0208-1630004, 0556-706177. Locate AB Grace Cosmetics and Beddings at Father John
School Junction of Old ECG, Yaba Hostel Road, here in Winneba. It's a sunshine day. 6 minutes more to check out. 6 minutes to go right here on the Windy Morning Express. Serving the best of breakfast on a beautiful Tuesday morning on your radio, 98.3 FM. Teacher Constitution from Yamase. When it comes to governance, there's no way NDC will get closer to the MPP. I'm praying that the NDC will still continue to be in opposition forever, because they did more harm than good to Ghanaians when they were in power. Greetings to Honorable Mavis Cancer Boadu. He is that's a Deputy Minister designate for Roads and Highways. The show has been live on Facebook. That's Radio Winneba 98.3 FM. Listen to us live on the university homepage. That's www.uew.ed.gh.
Sunshine day. Everybody do what you do. Your smile will bring a sunshiny day. Everybody do what you do. Smile will bring a sunshine day. Everybody do what you do. Smile will bring a sunshine day.
That's a song coming from Osibisa right here on 98.3 FM. Bring the time to fast approaching 10 a.m. this morning. And time for us to go, time for us to check out of here. Making way for the news in brief at 10. It's been great coming your way, serving the best of breakfast right here on the Windy Morning Express. Second working day of the week right here on 98.3. On behalf of the morning crew, say thank you very much for joining us here on 98.3 FM. My name is Kim Batuka. News in brief at 10 is up next. Good morning.
News.
It's 10 a.m. Good morning once again and welcome to the news in brief with me, Samuel McCarthy. A member of the Council of Elders of the National Democratic Congress NDC has charged the party's 2020 flag bearer to call to order the people he described as sycophants rigorously campaigning for his return as presidential candidate for the third time. Dr. Benjamin Kumbo says such crusaders will not only create enemies for John Mahama, but also have the potential to destroy the NDC's reorganization drive aimed at annexing power from the governing New Patriotic Party in 2024. He described as childish and premature the conversations ongoing within the party for a possible return of the former president to lead the party into the 2024 elections. And still on the NDC, a former Eastern Regional Minister in the erstwhile NDC government, Entry Buishako Setre, says it is erroneous for anyone to claim that a recent meeting of the members of the party with him among the lead organizers and was ostensibly aimed at pushing Guzitano as the preferred flag bearer of the party in the next general elections. Now, he said the organizers did not consider such a discussion, neither did they raise such an issue throughout the meeting. He said the meeting, which was held in Tema over the weekend, was primarily to discuss the challenges facing the party at the grassroots level and to find ways of tackling them in order to improve the party's fortunes ahead of subsequent elections. And finally, the Accra Police Command has warned that it will soon commence a series of operations to clear child beggars off the streets of the capital Accra. Streets in the major parts of the city like Medina, Osu, Ridge, Achimota and La Paz, among others, are inundated with child beggars, most of whom are believed to be nationals of other West African countries. And the police command alleges that these children are being brought into the country from neighboring countries by some Ghanaians to be used for commercial begging. And the director of operations of the Accra Police Command, ACP Kwesiofuru, said his outfit is determined to flush out these miscreants. And that's it for the news in brief. Have a good day.
There comes a time